Come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are here, y'all. We are here to talk about Love is Blind. Still, y'all. We still talking about Love is Blind. You know, I really wasn't even going to come back and do this video, but I saw the interview that Ashley did on Nick, I think his name is Nick Vile's show. I saw that. And then someone told me to go and watch Bri was once again, y'all, Bri, who says she's so private. She's not private, she's secretive. We're going to get to that. So private. She's back again doing another video to do what? Protect her children? Is Bri still on YouTube stations to protect her children? Anyone still believe in that? Is anyone still believing that? Which brings me to my thumbnail that says, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Anybody who watches my channel knows that I'm about bigger lessons. I like to go a little bit deeper, y'all, because I think these reality TV shows have lessons in them. Because I think what they are, they're a case study into human behavior. And the reason why I think it's important to talk about it is because these people that we see on the screen, Ashley, Tyler, Bryce, we really do encounter them every day in our lives. We do. So really this conversation that we're having about Ashley, Tyler, and Bryce is beyond Love is Blind. And the only reason why I'm doing this video right now is because I want some of you to learn how to look a little bit past beyond your own beliefs. Your own beliefs. Because when you stay within yourself all the time and you see everyone else according to what you believe or how you would handle a situation, you're going to miss things. We saw that with the election. I don't want to get political here. I really don't want to get political. But a lot of people, when you only look at situations according to what you would do, how you would vote, what you want for your life, you're often shocked when the outcomes are different. And that is because you never ever gave consideration to someone else's thoughts. And what we do is we typically just cut people off. You know, when I was here several months ago and I was telling everyone that Ashley knows more than what you guys were giving her credit for, I was called all kind of names. I was called misogynistic. I was called male identified. I was told I was giving Tyler a pass. And I kept saying, I'm not giving Tyler a pass. I know that Tyler is an opportunist. I know that Tyler is a liar. I know that Tyler manipulates situations. But what I wasn't on board with a lot of people was I wasn't on board with painting Ashley as a victim that she doesn't know, and that Ashley was a victim to his original lies. Absolutely. But there came a point in time when Ashley learned about everything, but a lot of you couldn't accept that. A lot of you couldn't accept that Ashley could know about it, but still choose Tyler. And like I said, once again, that's because it's not what you would do. And the reason why I think this conversation is important is because this conversation I'm going to have with you guys is going to help you in your life, not even on your job. Even on your job. Because if you don't learn how to navigate situations and understand people who think differently than you, then you're not going to be successful anywhere. You're not going to know how to negotiate with people. You're not going to know how to work around sticky situations. Because what you're going to do is you're never going to give any type of validation, credence, understanding to another person's point of view, even if it isn't what you agree with. And that's going to be a problem for you. You're not going to be able to sustain a relationship, whether it's on a job, whether it's in a marriage, whether it's what. Because in order to sustain a relationship, you've got to come to a place where even if you don't agree with the person, you're at least willing to try to understand what their own thoughts are concerning that same situation. And if you don't develop the skill to do that, you're not going to be successful in relationships, because what you're depending upon in a relationship is you're depending upon that person who you're in the relationship with to think exactly like you. Because what you're telling me is that anytime a person doesn't think like you, you don't have the ability to step into their shoes and understand their situation. That's what you're telling me. And we're going to talk about it in the context of this going on with Bri and also Ashley and also Tyler. And we're going to talk about it in the context of from their shoes. So I don't want anyone telling me that I'm giving Ashley a pass, or that I'm getting Tyler a pass, or that I'm getting Bri a pass, or that I'm harder on Bri, or I'm harder on Ashley, or harder on Tyler, because that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to impose what I would do onto these three people. What I'm here to talk about is why these three people chose to do the things that they did and how it benefited them. And that when it does go wrong or awry, how then people can't always say that they're a victim, because they willingly participated in a certain behavior to get what they wanted. All three of them, Bri, Ashley, and Tyler, are all participating in behavior that benefits them, just like what happened on the election. Like I said, I don't want to get political. But it's a very, very good case study for people who don't understand why people make decisions, because they're making decisions based on what's best for them. But that may not be best for you, and that may not be best for what you do. But that doesn't mean that they don't have a right, or they don't have some sort of basis for doing what they're doing. So first of all, my thumbnail says, don't be fooled. And I say don't be fooled with a picture of Bri there, because where I see now is there are people who've come, I watched the videos, I read a little bit of the comments, and what I realize now is there are a few people who are now starting to understand what I said when I said it, and that is Ashley is going into this very sober-mindedness, more so than you think. Does she know everything about it? No, but she knows a lot of it. She knows a lot, and she still chose what she chose to do. And a lot of you couldn't accept that. You had to paint her as the victim because you were so intent on being angry with Tyler. You can do both. You can be angry with Tyler. You can be disgusted with Tyler, but you can also see the parts where Ashley did wrong. And now where a lot of you are stuck is you don't see Bri. Let me tell you right now, let me burst everyone's bubble, that Bri was in love with Tyler. Hear me one more time. Bri was in love with Tyler. And none of this anymore, this scene that's going on in the YouTube world, all these interviews she's doing, has anything to do anymore with proving that Tyler is the biological father of these children. That was proven months ago. What Bri is here now fighting for is she's fighting for that she's a scorned woman by the man that she loved. Okay? And most of the conversation, if you really start to look at it, and we're going to look at it, we're going to really, really look at it. So it's going to be a long video. If you listen and watch what Bri is doing, this is no longer proving to you and me and everyone else that Tyler is the biological father of these children and that he was a liar and said he didn't have children. He did. That was proven a long time ago. What Bri is still on this circuit trying to prove is that Tyler cared for her. That's what this is about now. This is about Bri proving to all of you that Tyler cared for her and that she wasn't used, but she was. I said it from the very beginning. A lot of you didn't understand how Tyler got here. And I said it from the very beginning that the way that Tyler got here was because Tyler wanted children and he used Bri to have those children. That's what I said. I said it from the very beginning. That's why he was willing to be in the children's life, because Tyler also wanted the children. What Tyler did not want, he wanted the children. He wanted to dip and dive out of the children's life. He did not want the full-time responsibility of the children, and he did not want the financial situation of the children. So the original agreement that he made with Bri was perfect. I can have biological children out here, but I don't have to be responsible for them financially, and I don't really have to be like this full-time parent. I can dip and dive. I can be an uncle. You see? That's what he really wanted. That's why it was really easy for him to start saying these kids were made out of an agreement. Now, you may not like it, but that was the original agreement. Now, what I'm going to tell you about Bri is she was a liar from the very beginning. Bri was always in love with Tyler from the very beginning. I believe that she was in love with Tyler prior to even having the first child. And the person who picked up on it was her ex-wife. Her ex-wife said it. Her ex-wife said that she suspected it. And, at first I heard what the ex-wife said. I listened to her. I soaked it in. But this last go around of Bri being in social media, when she gets up here and shows all these text messages, well, we're going to get into that, it proved it even more that Bri was not really fighting for her children. She was using that as an excuse. She was using it as an excuse to hold on to Tyler for the children, but she was really holding on to Tyler because she was in love with Tyler. And her mama knew it. Which brings me to why the mama has an incentive, because we all know that Bri's mama did not want her to be a lesbian. And I'm going to say it again. Bri is miscategorizing herself as a lesbian. I really don't care what you call yourself, but when you say you're a lesbian, what that tells me is you only want to sleep with women. But what we know about Bri is that she may not want to sleep with all women, but she wanted to sleep with Tyler. She absolutely did. And her wife knew it. And when she says she's private, no, what she is she's secretive. There might be only one man she wanted to sleep with, and that was Tyler. And that's why that wife said that she always suspected there was something going on between Bri and Tyler because of the way that Bri acted. Tyler never wanted to be in no monogamous relationship with Bri. No, he didn't. He was only with Bri sexually to get what he wanted, which was to have seeds. A son. And as we know going forward that we're going to get into this, we know that for the most part, Tyler doesn't even have that much of a relationship with the twins. He might be the biological father, but the one that he has really been with the most is the boy, the biological son, the seed. That's what he wanted. He wanted a son. He wanted a seed to carry on his name. And what he did was he made an arrangement with Bri. But what I'm going to tell you about Bri is that she used that reason. Here is where y'all better get with this. She used the reason, knowing that Tyler wanted a son, to also engage in a sexual relationship with Tyler. I'm going to say it again. And the reason why I know this is because Bri was willing to get rid of her own wife, to still be with Tyler. And I know everyone is giving Ashley a hard time now because the way that Ashley is acting cold towards not only Bri and the children, but what Ashley figured out was that she was not going to be just dealing with a woman who was the mother of the sperm babies. She was now dealing with a woman who really wanted her man. That's what she's dealing with. And as such, Ashley said, oh, this situation is real messy because not only did my husband lie to me, but now I got a woman sitting in front of me lying to me, trying to pretend that this is all about what? Redeeming her children, proving to the world that he's the biological father of the children. No, you can do that in the court. You can do that with a DNA test. You did that early on with the first video. Why are you still here, Bri? You know why? Because now this is not just a fight about the children. That's why everyone kept saying, what about the children? Because it's not about the children anymore. And what Ashley figured out was this was way beyond the children. This was beyond Bri, who is a self-confessed lesbian when she really isn't a true lesbian. She's bisexual, just like her wife said. And she's bisexual with one man, which is Tyler. That's what this is about. And what Ashley correctly identified, I'm going to give her credit. She correctly identified that she's dealing with a larger threat. And that threat is a woman who wants her man. I know y'all don't want to hear it. But Bri has proven over and over again that this isn't about the children. She's proven over and over again that this isn't about, she's a private person. She doesn't want to have to be here. Well, why are you still here? The show is over. The reunion is done. Your case has been proven that he's the biological father of the children. Your case has been proven that he's a liar. Your case has been proven that he's manipulative. Why are you still here showing text messages between you and Ashley, you and Tyler's mother, you and everyone else? Because what you're trying to prove to us now is that you had some sort of connection with Tyler. And where she's getting tripped up in her conversation, in her narrative, is she often uses the words of, why are you doing this to me? Why are you leaving me? Me. What happened to the kids, Bri? What are we talking about? Are we talking about you? Or are we talking about the kids? And what she's here to prove now is she's really here for herself. And I know it can get blurred. I know it can get blurred. Like I said, everyone here is not without areas that need correction. Tyler for sure, Ashley for sure, and where people are missing it, they're missing it on Bri. They're missing it on Bri. And unfortunately, if you are out here in the world navigating your own life and you miss the part about Bri, you're going to have problems in the world, because what that tells you is you don't know how to see the motives of why people do things. And until you understand that, you won't understand them, and then you won't know how to relate to them. You see, y'all might want to be mad at Ashley. You really might want to be mad at her. But I correctly told you from the beginning that what Ashley did was Ashley knew from the very beginning that the reason why she was still with Tyler is because she wants to get what she wants, and that is a family, matching pajamas, matching ornaments, and children, and she's staying focused. She's staying focused to that. We're going to go over that. We're going to even go over that even more. But Bri's biggest mistake, which is why now she's fallen out with Ashley, is because she didn't know who Ashley was. She didn't know who Ashley was. And many of you didn't either. I knew who Ashley was when I was in the show. I told you from the very beginning, Ashley knows. Ashley told us in a lot of ways who she was. She said she was going to be a ride or die chick. You see, Bri does not know who she's dealing with. She does not know who she's dealing with, and she doesn't even know that Ashley has also peeped her game. You see, so she handled her all wrong. So now what Bri is trying to do out here in the social media world, she's not out here for the kids anymore. Bri is out here to take down Ashley and to take down Tyler. Okay? Because really what it is Ashley stole her man. Ashley stole her man. That's what happened. Ashley stole her man. The man she thought she was going to keep by her side by using the kids as that tether. And the minute that man went over there to Ashley, what did Bri do? Bri started behaving like a typical woman who is now mad at a man who left her for another woman. She started to use the kids as a pawn against Tyler. That's what she started to do. We're going to get into, I know a lot of you are already heated already. I know a lot of you guys are heated already. And I'm going to say one last thing. I'm going to say that once Ashley knew that who she was dealing with in Bri, that she was really dealing with a woman who wanted her man, Ashley started treating her accordingly. That's why in this video that Ashley did with Nick Viles, Ashley's very nasty when she's talking about Bri. Very nasty. She's referring to Bri as the sperm donor mother. Okay? You see what I'm saying? This is beyond the children. This is becoming personal to Bri now. That's what Ashley's doing. Because Ashley says, I'm not dealing just with the mother of Cairo or whoever else. I'm dealing with a woman who wants my man. And so what I'm going to do to that woman is I'm going to diminish her stature in my man's life. You was nothing. You was a jump off. You was a side chick. You see, and when you start calling a side chick, a jump off, what that jump off or that side chick then needs to do is they need to prove to you, the wife, that I was more important in your man's life than you know. That's what Bri is doing. She's doing nothing different than what happened to Melody and Coleslaw and Martell Holt over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Once everyone started calling Coleslaw a jump off, guess what happened? She had to start proving that, no, I'm more than a jump off. I'm more than a side chick. Your man loved me. Your man. So now that's what Bri's on a mission to. She's really on a mission not to just prove that these kids are biologically his, because everyone knows that. What she's here to prove is that they had this loving relationship, but she's fallen short on it. In her reasoning to try to prove it, She's actually proving more of what Tyler is saying. And what Tyler is saying, and even the mothers are saying in these text messages that she shows, is Tyler don't even really have no relationship with those twins. Everyone is saying it. We're going to get to it. Like I said, hold on. What she's proving is that she even says it out of her own mouth that these twins don't even really know Tyler. Tyler's mother is saying the same thing, that the twins don't even know them. You see? So in Bree's, she should have stopped at just saying he's the biological children and just keeping him as a liar and a manipulator, because that's what he is. But now she's gone too far. Now what she's trying to prove is that no, all these children were made the right way. No, they weren't, Bri. No, they weren't. Because really, it is what Bri wanted. This all started, I'm going to tell y'all right now. I know y'all don't want to hear it. But the master manipulator of this whole situation is Bri. I hate to tell y'all. She's the master manipulator. And the reason why she's the master manipulator is because it started with her idea. You see, Bri is a lesbian with a lesbian wife. And Bri wanted to have children. And what the wife tells us is they were supposed to get a sperm donor. And supposedly they could afford a sperm donor. But Bri didn't want a sperm donor. You know who Bri wanted to be the father of the children? Tyler. It was Bri's idea to make Tyler the father of the children, because from the very, very beginning, she wanted Tyler in her life. But you see, Bri had a secret. When I tell you she's not private, she's secretive. Bri's secret was that she was never a lesbian all the way. Whatever the right word to say is. Which is no problem. I really don't care if she's bi, if she's a lesbian, if she's fluid, if she's, non-gender bias, whatever. I don't really care. But all I do is I just listen to what people tell me. And then I just say, do you move like what you told me you are? And the truth of the matter is she doesn't move like what she said she was. She said she was a lesbian. But the reality of it was she was in love with Tyler. You see, Bri was always in love with Tyler, and she was willing to go to all these orgies with Tyler. And like Tyler said, Bri was at these orgies, but Bri would sit there and watch Tyler have sex with other women, and she would masturbate. She was in love with Tyler. But what she couldn't do was she couldn't really say it to anyone, because that would then blow her cover that she was really a lesbian. You see, because what the wife also told us is that a lot of lesbians don't really want to be with bisexual women because they don't want you sleeping with men and them too. The wife said it. Bri had a secret. She's not private. She's secretive. She was in love with Tyler. She really did want to be with men too, specifically Tyler, but she could never tell her lesbian wife that. So what she came up with was, hey, we want to have children. Yeah, I know we could get a sperm donor, but hey, maybe we could just have them naturally. What? Maybe we could just have them naturally. So not only did she trick her wife into believing that Tyler was truly going to be just a sperm donor, she also initially tricked Tyler. I hate to tell y'all. She tricked Tyler too initially. I know you're not going to want to see it because so many people hate Tyler. But the original scam of Bri was that she really wanted to be with the mother, her wife, and Tyler too. And the way that she broke Tyler into her life permanently, because she was in love with him. Because remember, Bri knows everything about Tyler. The way that Tyler was moving in the street with other women, she already knew this. So if she already knew he moved like this, why would he be the one that she would have babies with? If you already knew he was this person that was with women, left women, and was dogging out women in the street, everything you say, of all the people to choose to be the father of your children in this sperm donation thing, why would you choose him? Why would you choose him? The reason why you chose him, because you're doing just like a lot of women do who are heterosexual. You thought you could trap Tyler. I'm going to say it again. You thought that you could trap Tyler. This was the perfect web that Bri weaved. Her weave was, I'm really a bisexual woman, and maybe I don't want all men, but I want Tyler. And I also love my wife. I want her too. So what better web to weave to say, I'm going to be married to my wife. I'm then going to tell my wife that, no, we don't need a sperm donor. What we can do is we could turkey base with Tyler. When lo and behold, what you really wanted to do was you was hoping that the turkey baster wouldn't work so that you could actually have full on sex with Tyler. And then once you had that first child, your wife was like, what the hell is going on here? What is going on? To the point where the wife said that even in the household, Bri would make up constant excuses of why she wanted Tyler to come to the house. Oh, no, you don't need to fix the light bulb. Oh, you don't need to take out the garbage. I'm going to have Tyler come and do it. Why? What for? Because that's what Bri wanted. Bri wanted a situation. She wanted a throuple. Bri really wanted a throuple. If Bri really had her way, it would have been Bri, that wife, and Tyler all living together. And Bri could then go and have these throuple relationships with both of them. I know y'all don't want to see it, but that's why she could sit there and masturbate watching Tyler with another woman, because that's really who Bri is. Bri's bisexual. And this is what she wanted to set up. But the problem is she was never honest about it. She never really could confess it. So what she tried to do was manipulate both the ex-wife and Tyler. That's what she tried to do to sort of get this situation that she wanted. And then when the ex-wife left her, and she says the ex-wife left her, but really what happened was when it came down to choosing between Tyler and the ex-wife, Bri made the choice of Tyler. And then she used him to keep the babies away from the ex-wife. I hate for you guys to see it, but the actual worst villain in these three people really is Bri. I hate to tell y'all. This doesn't mean that Tyler is not a villain. This doesn't mean that Tyler is not wrong for what he's doing. But what I suspect has happened is that Ashley, who I think can see things more clearly, has really peeped Tyler on Bri's game. I think Ashley has come into Tyler's life, and what Ashley has done is Ashley is telling Tyler, you never saw the big picture. You never saw who Bri really is. You never saw the manipulation from the very beginning. And Ashley has opened Tyler's eyes to it. And that has made Tyler even more comfortable with leaving those kids behind. Is it wrong for Tyler to abandon his children? It is absolutely wrong. Because even if Bri manipulated Tyler into this situation, it still doesn't absolve him of the fact that he is now responsible and should be accountable to those children. Just like even though Tyler lied to Ashley, because she is married to Tyler now, she's also accountable to this situation with those children. Because once again, the only victims here are the children. But where a lot of you are missing is none of you are holding Bri accountable for how she is actually the master manipulator here, and how she too should be held accountable to whatever pain her children are facing now, because she is the master manipulator. You see, when we talk about giving passes out here in the world, no one's giving Tyler a pass. And now a lot of you have caught up and you're not giving Ashley a pass. But where a lot of you are still giving a pass to is the master manipulator, and that's Bri. Unfortunately, it's Bri. If you listen to a lot of the conversation, if you guys go back, I'm not going to play a lot of it. I'm going to talk about it. But if you go back and you listen to a lot of the tape between Bri with Jesse Wu and I think Storytime with Ricky, what it's called, you'll hear Bri often talk about, oh, he's trying to leave us again. This is telling you that Tyler has done this before. Tyler has always dipped and dived out of their life. And so what Bri is really holding on to is she's trying to hold on to Tyler. And this is the first time that Tyler has gotten this far away from her. And what Bri has meant has happened before. It's pretty much what Tyler said, that he was dipping and diving out these kids' lives. But Bri wants to constantly try to show everyone is, look, no, he was here at Christmas. He was doing that. These are all just moments in time. There are moments, there are absolutely moments, but there are moments in the time, and you will still hear Bri often say that you promised you would never do this to me again. Bri is here fighting for herself. She's not here fighting for her children. She could say it all she wants that she's fighting for her children. She's fighting for Tyler. She wants Tyler. And that's why I don't believe that she's private. She's private because she's secretive. She kept a lot of secrets from her ex-wife. She kept a lot of secrets away from Tyler. She kept a lot of secrets from the world because, like she said, she's not even proud of the fact that she's bisexual because she's walked around in the world saying she's a lesbian. And her mother knew. Her mother knew. That's why her mother was so excited about the relationship with Tyler and the way that they were sort of had this sort of connection, because the mother was secretly hoping that Tyler could turn her own daughter all the way straight. That's what the mother was secretly working for. And Bri admits that initially she believed that the reason that Ashley was still only with Tyler, just like all of you thought, was because Ashley didn't know. Bri admits that. She goes, at first I thought the reason why Ashley was with Tyler is because she didn't know. So then I say, okay, let's go with that, Bri. Then if you thought that it was Ashley who was being manipulated, why wouldn't you go privately to Ashley and talk to her, right? Why wouldn't you go privately to say, hey, listen, I know it's being said on the street or in the show, but let me just tell you the truth. Why? Your mother went straight to social media because really what you're trying to do is you're really not trying to just be here as an advocate for your children. What you're here to do is actually break up Tyler and Ashley. That's really what you're here for. You're not just here to tell the world that Tyler is really the biological father of these children, because you could do that a lot of ways. The reason why you're here in social media is to shame Ashley so much that it will make Ashley break up with Tyler. I mean, Bri's mother even said it. She says, I really hope that Ashley leaves him. Well, wait a minute. Is this about the children or is this about Ashley being with Tyler? Because why would you hope that Ashley leaves Tyler? Because you're just so mad at Tyler? No, that's not what's going on. This is the behavior of what you do when you were the jump off, you were the side chick, and what you decide to do is to go to the wife and tell the wife that you've been sleeping with her husband, because what you want the wife to do is you want the wife to leave the husband to punish the husband for what the husband did to you. Bri is here for herself. She's not here to prove that these children are a result of Tyler being the biological father. We already know that. The reunion's over. Why are there still interviews? Why are you still here? Because now the case that she's making, the case that she's trying to make is that me and Tyler, we were good friends. She keeps saying it, but she was in love with Tyler. She was in love with Tyler. Now, I'm going to get to this video that Ashley did with Nick Viles, because a lot of you missed it when I said at the very beginning that I know who Ashley is, and I know that it doesn't matter that Bri biologically had children with Tyler. It's not going to matter to Ashley. She's still going to stay with Tyler because Ashley told us that she was a ride or die chick, and that I knew she already knew some information. And a lot of you just couldn't accept it, because I don't know why you can't accept it. Why can't you accept that people can handle a situation differently from you? And why also can't you accept that people can see things differently from you that can also influence their decisions? And I think what Ashley has accurately seen with Tyler and Bri is that Bri is in love with Tyler. And as a result, she's got to treat the situation differently. She's not just dealing with a woman that really just wants Tyler to be in the kid's life. No, she's dealing with a woman that wants to be with Tyler too. You see, Bri did this to the ex-fiance. You see, the ex-fiance that you guys all snuffed out was engaged to Tyler. And Bri was willing to still be sleeping with Tyler afterwards or whatever and keeping away from the fiance. Bri held on to this. As much as Tyler lied, Bri lied too. So you got to say to yourself, well, why did you lie, Bri? Why did you lie, Bri? We all thought that Bri was lying because the goal was that the children were never supposed to know that Tyler was the biological father of the children. We thought that Bri was willing to participate in the lie to protect the children. But really, what the reason why Bri was willing to participate in these lies, even with the ex-fiance, was because what Bri was protecting was her relationship with Tyler. Bri knew that if she ever exposed these secrets, that it would also mean the loss of Tyler. And that's what Bri was trying to hold on to. That's why Bri was willing to even lie to that fiance. Because like I said, Bri wanted a throuple. She wants Tyler in her life no matter what. And if she has to accept that Tyler goes off and has a relationship with other women, she's willing to accept that because that's what she wants to do. She wants to be able to sleep with her own wife. So she's going to accept that Tyler sleeps with other women. But what she never wants to happen is that Tyler leaves her own life. Her own life. But she's clouding it. It's about the children. It's not about the children, Bri. The very beginning of this whole thing was never about securing just children in Bri's life. It was about securing Tyler in her life. That's what this was about. She set a trap for Tyler with these children. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but she set a trap for Tyler with these children. And then what Tyler did what a lot of men do, is that just because I have babies with you doesn't mean I still going to be hanging around you. And Tyler left. Is it wrong? Yeah, it's wrong. It's dead wrong. But if y'all don't see what's really going on here, I hope y'all don't become susceptible to this out here in the street. But Ashley peeped the game, y'all. I know y'all want to say that Ashley is cold and that she's mean. And I'm not saying some of that is not true. But she peeped Bri's game and she quickly started to respond to her accordingly. This is why Ashley told all y'all that it was insulting to her that you guys would think that the reason why she's making the moves she's making is because she doesn't know. What she's trying to tell y'all is, no, the reason I'm making the moves I'm making is because I know what's really going on. Y'all don't know what's really going on, but she knows. And the reason why I'm now out here talking bad about Bri, diminishing Bri, calling Bri a sperm mama, is because I know what Bri's doing. I know what she did from the very beginning. And y'all don't get it. I get it, Ashley. I know all these other people don't get it. I get it. Now, do I still agree that they should be cutting these children completely out of Tyler's life and Ashley's life? No, I don't agree with that. I think this is all going to have to come back together, hopefully sometime soon. I don't know how long. But what I understand is Ashley's reading Bri correctly, and that she's also dealing with a manipulative woman. And when you're dealing with another manipulative person, you can't be the only one moving correctly. Let me say it again. When you're dealing with a manipulative person, it can't be all on you to move correctly, because that person that you're dealing with is not moving correctly. They're moving out of manipulation. So some of the things that Ashley's doing is foul. She shouldn't be doing it if she were dealing with an honest person. But she's not dealing with an honest person. She's dealing with a manipulative person. So as such, you got to deal with that person differently. And that's how Ashley is dealing with Bri. She's dealing with Bri based on who Bri is. You see, it doesn't mean this is how Ashley treats other people, but she's doing this with Bri because who Bri is. I'm telling you, this situation has gone with Bri, has gone way past these children. Way past these children. This is now about Bri. And what Bryce said in this interview with Nick Viall is that Ashley told us she was used to dating athletes. See, this is another thing. When I heard that, I said, ooh, now I know why Ashley moves the way she does. Now I know why Ashley peaked this game so early, because what Ashley told us was that for 10 years, she was in a relationship with an athlete. Do you know how many women are coming after her man as the girlfriend of an athlete? Ashley has seen this before. She knows what it looks like. So when she saw it in Bri, she recognized it right away. See, a lot of other people got turned around with Bri because they thought Bri was a lesbian. So what they did was they didn't give Bri the respect of being just a woman who would be coming after Tyler, who wanted Tyler as her man. See, it took a lot of y'all off guard because, like I said, I talked about it before, wolves in sheep clothing. It's no different when a man may be weary about girlfriends who are friends with a guy who's gay. But then that man knows that guy, that friend of yours that you said was a gay guy, he's bisexual. That changes the game. If you going around with your man and saying, oh no, Jerome is gay, they may feel one way. But the minute they find out that Jerome is not gay, he's bisexual, your man gonna have a problem. He's gonna look at that man differently. He's gonna be a different threat. And once Ashley realized that Bri is not a lesbian, she's bisexual, she said, oh, wait a minute. This changes the story. And as such, I got to change the way that I'm dealing with Bri. And now when I start seeing the way Bri is moving, it all makes sense. Because what Ashley doesn't understand is, why are you doing all this if you're here to protect the children? We sat up here and kept this a secret. We kept this a secret about these children. Now, of course, they're keeping a secret to protect themselves from shame. Yes, Ashley and Tyler are keeping this a secret to protect themselves, Tyler to protect himself for shame. But in that, I do believe they were also trying to protect the children. So all of a sudden, who exposes the children but Bri? Bri is exposing the children. The mother is exposing the children because in this way is what she wants to do. She wants to expose it because she really wants them to be broken up. She really wants to be with Tyler. I'm telling you, she fell in love with Tyler. She fell in love with Tyler, and she's maybe she's not in love with him no more after this year. But up until when he was going on that show, To Love Is Blind, this girl was in love with him. This girl was in love with him, and Ashley knew it. And Ashley started dealing with her accordingly. Ashley told us in this interview that she is a deep thinker. She's an overthinker. I believe it because she figured this all out just like I figured it out. She's a thinker. Ashley is not an emotional person. She doesn't act all off her emotions. That's why she actually even is in love with Tyler, because what she said that Tyler has allowed her to do was to get in touch more with her emotions, right? To be more emotional, less logical, less thinking, right? And she liked that about Tyler. But what she talks about on the show, also what bothers her about Tyler, is that Tyler is so much of an emotional guy, that he acts a lot off his emotions, that he doesn't think. Because anyone can see that this little situation he got into with Bri from the very beginning, even having children with her, he was acting out of emotion. He wasn't thinking. What was Tyler thinking? That you could have these kids this way and you would never have to pay child support and you would not want to have any. This was all done out of emotion. There's no paperwork involved. There's no nothing. Like I said, it was a ghetto way of doing things because it was done off of pure emotions. And Ashley said in this interview with Nick Viall and said that's one of the things she don't like about Tyler. That he doesn't know how to draw boundaries. He doesn't know how to think. He doesn't know how to act off of logic. He acts off of emotions. This is why Ashley has taken over this whole situation. This is why Tyler's not even talking, because Ashley is saying, I'll handle this. I'll handle Bri. I'll handle this PR situation. I'm going to handle it all because, Tyler, you made a mess up of this whole thing and you act off emotion and you don't know how to handle this. You don't even know what you're dealing with because you're over here dealing with thinking you was doing a favor for a gay couple. And what you didn't realize was this woman was in love with you from the very, very beginning. And she used you to trap you to be the father of her children. And even once her wife left and she ran her wife away, she found another way for you to have even more children sleeping with you. All under the fact that she's just gay. No, she loved Tyler. She wanted them children with him. It was no accident. It was no accident. And what Ashley knows, and where she's lost some respect for Tyler on, and she says, I don't even understand how you couldn't figure this out. I don't even understand, Tyler, how you didn't see this coming. So she's irritated with Tyler. Absolutely she is. You can see it in her conversation. She's irritated with him. She's upset with him. But what she's not doing is she's not doing what a lot of y'all are doing. She's not absolving Bri of her situation, of the situation. She's seeing it for what it is. And at the same time, she's like, I'm still going to get what I want. And I know what Ashley wants. Ashley wants a marriage. She wants children. She wants all of this. So just like she saw how Bri manipulated Tyler, and Bri was able to get Tyler to use his emotional side to give Bri what she wanted, which was children, Ashley is actually also making the same calculation with Tyler. Like I said, no one here is a victim. No one here. Ashley may be upset the fact that Tyler is so emotionally driven, and he was emotionally driven in this relationship or agreement he had with Bri. But Ashley is doing the same thing to Tyler because she also wants children. She also wants marriage. She's doing the exact same. So she can hate what she sees in Tyler of how he did that with Bri. But what she's got to understand is she's actually fallen to the same pattern with Tyler. And what could be said is accurate. That, okay, Ashley, you're kind of falling into the footsteps of what Bri did, right? So now you might want to ask yourself, will you fall victim to the same thing that Bri fell to with Tyler? Will Tyler do to you what he did to Ashley? Because when you start seeing everyone as victims, you forget that, wait a minute, everyone wasn't a victim. So what Ashley could make the mistake of is she could make the mistake of seeing Tyler as the complete victim of Bri, which now she doesn't see how Tyler could do this to her because she never saw him as being as a participant in this whole scam too. And so there she'll miss out on it. So what happens is she could fall victim to Tyler too. You see, what Bri never realized is that when she thought she was going to go ahead and trap Tyler into the relationship, what she didn't realize was she tried to believe that Ashley was a victim of Tyler. And so she decides, oh, I'm going to let Ashley know. You weren't letting Ashley know. That's not what you were there for. And then you find out that Ashley said, no, I'm not a victim. I fully understand what I'm going into. And now Bri is over here like, oh, I didn't know you didn't know. You see, like I said from the very beginning, where people go wrong is assuming that people are victims. When you always paint people as victims, you don't assign any responsibility to them. So then what you do is when you're engaging with them, you don't look at them as being able to do any of those things to you, because what you have said to yourself is they were a victim in that situation. So what you do is you go into that situation with them way too vulnerable. You see, you assume that the reason they were in that mess or in that situation was because they were a victim. You don't look for the situation and, well, maybe you were a participant too. And if you were a participant, now I have to look at you as maybe I could be a victim of you too. And that's how people get taken, because you too quickly assign the victim label to people. Too quickly. So what we learned in this interview with Ashley was we saw the teeth come out in Ashley. In that interview with Nick Viles, her fangs were out. And her fangs were out for Bri. Because by this time, this whole thing is way beyond the children. This isn't about the children anymore. This is about a wife fighting a woman who is in love with her man and is trying to use the children as a weapon to cause a rift in her marriage with her man. Okay. and at the same time fight for this man to stay in her life. It's not about the children, because I know some of y'all out there are probably in a blended family, or some of you who have dated men who had kids with another woman, and it probably was no problem in the beginning until you start to realize that, why is that woman calling my man about other things other than the children? And that's when you start to feel different about it. You never really had no problem with your man having children with another woman. But what made you start having a problem was when that woman would constantly call your man or try to have conversations about your man about other things other than children. I know there was probably a time when you said, I want you to be in your kids' lives, but that's not the problem that I have. The problem I have is with the mother, and it seems as if she's still in love with you. She wants you, and she's using the children as a way to keep you in her life. I know a lot of you women have been there. I know a lot of you women have been there, and I'm not for sure why you don't see this situation the same way. And I think the reason why you don't see it the same way is because of the way it started with Tyler lying. And the other way I think you don't see it is because you're still looking at Bri as a lesbian. But if you could just fix your mind just for a minute to not think of Bri as a lesbian, and that Bri is really bisexual, and that Bri is really, or was, maybe she's not anymore, in love with Tyler, all what's going on in the streets right now in social media, it would all of a sudden click in your mind and you would understand it. And once you understood that, you would also understand, you may not agree with it. You may not agree with it. Like I said, agreeing and understanding it are two different things. So you may not agree with how Ashley is moving and shaking, but you could understand, you could see how she's doing some of the things she's doing, because at this point in time, what she's trying to do, what Ashley is trying to do, is she's trying to discredit the relationship that Tyler had with Bri. And what Bri is trying to do is trying to prove that no, he's more than a sperm donor. We were in some sort of relationship, but none of the evidence that Bri presents to us proves that she was in a relationship with Tyler. It proves that she was in love with him. It does prove that, but it doesn't prove that any point in time was Tyler ever in love with Bri in that way. And what Bri is trying to prove is that no, we were in a relationship. I want to go over some of the text messages that Bri brought up in these videos that she did with Jessie Wu and Ricky. I almost called her Ricky Lake. Story time with Ricky. This first video piece of evidence, we're gonna do it just like it's evidence, because that's really what Bri's out here doing. She's trying to present evidence that that Tyler's in our lives, and it's more than a sperm father. Okay, so she is trying to prove that, but at this point in time today, she's already proven it. There's no one out here who doesn't believe that he's the biological father of the children. He's admitted it. Ashley has admitted it. So there's really no reason for her to continue this. But what she's trying to prove now is that he's not only the biological father of the children, but what she wants to keep proving is that he was really active in these children's lives. So it was more than just biology. He was an active father. Okay. But as she starts to present her evidence, you actually start to see cracks in her story. And then you ask yourself, why are you still going through these such lengths to say that he was an active father? Because in one way, you're trying to say that he was a horrible father, because that's now your whole premise, that he's a horrible father. But you're also trying to say he was active in the children's life. Well, which is it? Is he active or was he horrible? Because really what this is ventured over to, and what I was telling you, is in her saying that he was active in the children's life, what she's really pointing to is he was active with me. Now, if you guys go back to all these pictures where we've seen before with Tyler dressed like Bri, with them in matching pajamas, all this other kind of stuff, who do you think bought those pajamas? Who do you think bought the pajamas? Who do you think bought the matching outfits? Who do you think did it? Do you guys really believe that Tyler brought those matching pajamas? Do you think he was the one? Or do you think it was Bri who did that? I think it was Bri. Because remember, the matching pajamas are on both ends. We see it now. Bri with matching pajamas, Ashley with matching pajamas. We both see it. Who are the two people who both did it? Ashley and Bri. And why did they both do it? Because they both were trying to prove that I'm his man. That I'm his woman. I'm his woman. He's a family with me. So that's why I keep saying, y'all need to dispel that she is a lesbian, because she's bisexual. And in her getting matching pajamas, matching outfits, everything, it's for her to prove in her way that no, we were more than a relationship. But what she's failed to say to everyone is that, well, if you're going to tell us you were in more than a relationship, Bri, then you're going to have to admit that you were bisexual. But she don't want to do that. She don't want to do that. She doesn't really want to admit that she was in love with Tyler, because then that means she would have to admit that she's a bisexual. And guess what? That's going to bring her stock down in the lesbian world. Her wife told her. Her wife said, I don't want to be with no bisexual. I married a lesbian. So in this evidence number one, the first thing she wants to show to us is that, look at here. This was the day before Tyler was leaving to go to film Love is Blind. And look right here. He comes and he sees Cairo, the boy. Well, one thing that we know is that all the video being shown, all the pictures being shown with Tyler are really only with Tyler and the boy, right? Which, if you think back, all the pictures are with Tyler and the boy. There doesn't seem to be this same strong bond connection with the daughters. So we see here, this is evidence number one that she's presented. See how Tyler was around in these kids' life? I'm going to come back to this later on in some of her text messages. But this is her evidence number one. Okay, we got it, Bri. We with you. We are with you. Okay. Let me... This is evidence number one. I got to mark all these little screenshots so that y'all know what I'm talking about. Because I had to screenshot all the text messages. Hopefully I get them right. Okay. Let's go on to evidence number two, because these text messages are her evidence. Remember, what is she trying to prove? That's what you guys got to keep in mind. What is she trying to prove? That he's the biological father of the children? You've already proven that. Are you trying to prove that the kids knew what he looked like? We've proved that. Are you trying to prove that he came around the children? You've already proved that. So at this point in time, I'm saying, girl, you don't won the case. Bri, you already won the case. If you're here to prove that he's a biological children, you're here to prove that he's a liar. If you're trying to prove that he's a manipulator, if you're trying to prove all these things, that he knew the children, I'm saying, girl, you won the case. I mean, you proved it to me a long time ago. So for a person who says they're private, I'm still trying to wonder, why are you still here doing videos and the show's been over? I'm like, so obviously you feel your job ain't done, right? Your job is not done, Bri. So what else are you trying to prove? And I said, oh, this girl is in love with this man. This girl is in love with him. So as she starts to put forth more evidence to prove that Tyler's the father and he was active, she starts to actually incriminate herself. I'm going to use that. What I'm saying is she starts to prove that her motives in the very beginning were not as correct as what she said. So here's evidence number 2. She presents a text that says, where the first one, this darker color, is by Tyler. He says, I'm going to come by because I have to come on base anyway to get the suitcase from Blunt. So first of all, when I read this text message and Tyler says, I'm gonna come by because I have to come on base anyway to get the suitcase from Blunt. So that tells me that prior to this text that Tyler sent, Bri had already asked Tyler, are you gonna come over? Right? Because he used the words, I have to come by anyway. So what he's saying is, yeah, I'm gonna come by because I gotta come on base anyway. So what Tyler is saying is, yeah, I'm not coming by as no special trip to see you, right? I'm going to come by anyway because I got to get a suitcase from Blunt. I want you to start paying attention to the conversation between Tyler and Bri, because Tyler often keeps his conversation with Bri not to be about Bri. But what Bri tries to do is constantly turn the conversation to be about her, because like I said, what she's trying to prove is that Tyler is there for her and he's not really there for her. So once again, there had to have been something that said, oh, are you going to come by? Maybe she said, are you going to come by and see the kids? I doubt it. I bet she just said, are you going to come by and see me before you leave? And he said, yeah, I'll come by because I have to come by anyway on the base anyway to get the suitcase. We know what it means when someone says, I got to come that way anyway. That's not the same as I'm coming all that way just to see you. I got to come anyway. Bri over here trying to make it pretend like he came just to see her. So then she tries to play it cool and she goes, oh, okay, cool. Now, if you notice the time when this was written, let me put my glasses on so I can read. I can barely read my own stuff. It says this was at 7:02. So what happened was, let me go back to evidence number 1. What time was that? I think maybe I cut the time off. But when I first saw it, I realized that it was earlier. I cut the time off. I wish I had it on here. But what's happened is that when Tyler says he's going to come by and she says, okay, cool. What happened is there's about 4 hours that goes by. And now we're talking about September 30th at 7:02 p.m., 1902 military time. So we're talking about, for those of you that don't know how to convert to military time, we're talking about 7:02 at night. 7:02 at night, maybe the kids are still up, maybe they're not. It's getting close to their bedtime, I'm going to tell you that. And at 7:02, what Bri does is what a lot of women do who are in love with a man. He said he's going to come by. He didn't come by. And so what you do is you send an emoji being exasperated. Like, here we go again. You lying to me again, telling me you're going to come by and you don't show up. Okay. I thought we were here to prove that Tyler was a man that was actively in these children's lives, so that he was a liar on TV when he said he really isn't that involved in the kids' lives. I thought that's what we were here to prove, that he was a liar when he was saying that. But according to Bri and all of these emojis, and what she's saying is, she's saying, here we go again. Once again, here is Tyler saying one thing and doing another, which tells me that Tyler's not as consistent in these children's lives as you tried to make us believe, Bri. So I don't know what you're here to prove. I think what she's here to prove in showing us these text messages is look how often I talk to Tyler. Look how much conversation we have. This isn't about the children. This is about Bride trying to convince us of look how much conversation I have with Tyler. And in that convincing us how much conversation she has with Tyler, what she's exposing to us is that a lot of stuff she's frustrated with Tyler is because of her feelings, her love for him. So then Tyler responds and says, don't roll your eyes, LOL, because it's all a joke to him. Like I said, Tyler ain't in love with Bride. I just got to Blunt's and I have to go to the PX. I think that's like the military exchange or something. So he says, it's been rough trying to get everything together. So this is when I think Tyler is trying to get everything together to go away for this show. And so his house is probably looking like Alex's house, shit everywhere. So here we go. Here we go. The girl who's in love with the man that says, are you still stopping by or no? She ain't asking, are you still going to get to see the kids before you leave? She still want to see Tyler before he leaves. This is for her. She want to see this man before he leaves. This is all about her. Are you still going to stop by or no? Because now she's exasperated. I'm telling y'all, start reading these texts as if this is a woman who, she's had children with a man, but she's still in love with him. Once you go there, you will read this correctly as you should be reading it. As long as you think that Bride is a lesbian and she don't really want to be with Tyler, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. Then he said, I'm going to still come by. He's behaving just like a man behaves when he really don't want to be with you, right? He's not trying to be with you. He said, I'm going to come by. He says, I'm leaving the PX right now. That's what he says. She says, okay. She's excited. He gonna come. He gonna come. So, like I said, keep looking at Bride as a woman who's in love with a man. Don't look at her as some lesbian who don't want men. Okay. So he obviously comes by. Remember, 7 o'clock or whatever, he hadn't shown up. He eventually gets there. He eventually does come by, right? He says, I'm leaving the PX now, which was sometime around that 7 o'clock time. Now, eventually he must come by. Then the next time we have a text, once again, here we go, the woman who's in love with a man, texting him once again. Texting him once again. This at 9:30, right? 21:31 is now 9:31 at night. So remember, at 7 o'clock, he hadn't even shown up. So he must have eventually gotten there. Let's say he got there by 7:30, 8 o'clock. Probably 8 o'clock. By 9:30, he already gone. So it's not like he stayed there that long. He didn't stay there that long. He came. But the minute he leaves, what's she doing? She finding another reason to text him again. You left your toiletry bag. I'm telling you, ladies, put on your thinking caps. Put on your thinking caps. Let's say you sitting home with your man and the mother of the children is writing your man talking about, do you want this toiletry bag? Girl, you thinking of anything to text this man. You thinking of any reason. This don't have nothing to do with the kids. You left your toiletry bag. Tyler says, fuck. I needed that so bad. That's what he writes. What does the woman in love with the man says? Oh, I'm so sorry. Girl. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let's go into evidence number 3. This is hilarious. Evidence number 3. She says, oh, I'm so sorry. She says, what does she suggest? The woman that's in love with the man? A toiletry bag, y'all. A toiletry bag. She says, oh, you could come back and grab it in the morning. come back and get in the morning because then I can see you in the morning. Tyler says, okay, maybe I have to do that. She goes, oh, okay. She's so excited. Tyler's coming back in the morning. Ain't these kids at school? This don't have nothing to do with Tyler coming by to see these kids. This has to do with she want to see Tyler. She says, oh, okay. She says, oh, but to make it even easier for you, I can meet you somewhere if you need to. Girl. So once again, this ain't about seeing no kids before you leave. This ain't about seeing no kids. This about creating any moment, any opportunity I can to see Tyler. I can meet you somewhere. For a toiletry bag? What does Tyler say? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Right? So, time goes by. The next day. What does it say? Let me put my glasses on. The next day. 12:16 is now noon. Okay, so morning has come and gone. Remember, she was hoping she was going to see Tyler in the morning. Morning has come and gone. It's now 12 o'clock. What does the woman that's in love with a man, what's a woman do that's in love with a man who's trying to create any opportunity to see him, who he said he would come and get the bag at noon or morning, blew her off? What does she do? She reaches out again. I guess you don't need your bag. Girl, obviously not. He didn't come get it. Safe travels, and please let me know when you make it. What? I gotta call you again? You setting up another moment for me to call you? Girl, don't you know I'm on way to a show to find a wife? I'm on the way to a show to find a wife, and you want me to call you when I make it what? So you can say, I just want to make sure you landed safely. Girl, get out of here. Who's believing this? Are any of you women out here believing it now? I know you're not. If you believe in it, you better beware of some women in your man's life. If you believe in this story, girl, you better beware. So then she writes some, I guess you don't need the bag. That's really a nasty comment. No, girl, what he's saying is, I don't need to come way across town to see you over some damn toiletry bag. I can go over here to Walgreens and get these toiletries, or I may have some extra at home. I don't need to make a trip to see you, but that's what you wanted me to do, but I don't need to do that. So then what Tyler does is he does what he knows how to do. That is, he lies. He don't really tell the girl the truth. He just, well, it was Phil's fault. So now he starts going about, Phil stayed out all night, and I thought he would show or answer, and he didn't. So Phil must be where Tyler is staying. We know Tyler. I don't know if Tyler is broke. He ain't got no place to stay. He's living with people. But it sounds like he was dependent on this Phil guy to take him to the airport. So he said, Phil stayed out all night, and I thought he would show or answer, and he didn't. So what he's saying is, I just had to Uber to the airport. He says, but I will. Basically saying, but I will call you when, I make it. So then what does she say, the girl who's in love with the man? She says, shaking my head, I told you I would take you. Another reason to see this man. I know y'all want to believe Bri is just a nice woman. Oh, she's just nice. Girl, if any of y'all believing she's just a nice woman, she says, I told you I would take you. He says, what does Tyler say? I know. I didn't want you to take me. But he don't say that. That's what he's saying is, I didn't want you to take me. Because he didn't. He says, I know. I don't know why I counted on a drunk Phil. And she says, what does the woman say again? That sucks. I'm so sorry for you. She really wants to say, I'm so sorry for you, baby. Girl, Bri, get out of here, girl. I'm telling you, she the biggest villain. She the biggest villain. Let's go on to her evidence number 4, which is really her incriminating herself. Like I said, she's really just incriminating herself. She's showing her true motives. Evidence number 4. She says, she goes, that sucks, I'm sorry. So Tyler says, it's all good. So Tyler's keeping the conversation on general conversation. He says, they put me in first class. First class. She gives him a little heart emoji. He says, I'm already drunk up here in first class drinking all this free liquor. What did she say? It must be nice. Time goes on. October 1st, we're now at 2 o'clock. And he writes this text. Remember this text, y'all. Remember this text, because I'm going to tell you how Bri tried to mislead people. He says, look at Cairo's, I think he says crew, but I think he's writing Cairo. Look at Cairo's favorites. This is what he writes. Look at Cairo's favorites. And he must take a picture or something. We're going to see what he takes a picture of later. And she writes, what's that? And he says, oh, it wouldn't let me send a picture, but it was every Harry Potter movie. So remember this. Look at crew, which I think is Cairo's favorites. What's that? He says, oh, it wouldn't let me send a picture, but it was every Harry Potter movie, right? Once again, Tyler only talks about Cairo. And when he's sending her pictures of this Harry Potter screen in the plane, he says, it's every Harry Potter movie, which is what Cairo likes. So she says, watch them. You should watch them. And he says, I am. Okay? That's evidence number 4. Let's go on to evidence number 5. Evidence number 5. So after he says, I am, which is towards the bottom, she says, how much longer is your flight? This is the same thread. He said, we just actually took off. It was running late. Okay. Remember the time. This is 2 o'clock. And he said, we just took off. That's evidence number 5. Okay. Evidence number 6. Evidence number 6, she writes, damn, LOL, that's hella late. That is just taking off. At that point in time, he writes, yup. And the picture of what he was trying to send originally with all the Harry Potter movies eventually comes through. Okay? It comes through now. It didn't come through before, but it came through now. Now, what I will tell you is that when Bri was on the Jessie Woo and Ricky Lake, the way she verbally talked about this Harry Potter picture, what she said was, Tyler knows that I am a big Harry Potter fan, and that the reason why he sent this picture is because he knows I'm a big Harry Potter fan. That was a lie. That was a lie. And the reason why Bri told that lie that way was because she's still trying to frame her relationship with Tyler to be about her and Tyler. You see, I know it's a nuance, but you guys need to get this. Tyler, when he took the picture of the Harry Potter, he specifically said the reason why I was showing you the picture of Harry Potter was because of the connection to Cairo, his son, the boy, which he has a connection to. What Bri then do when she came and presented this evidence number 6 was she reframed the evidence to be about he was thinking about her. You see, that's what it's pointing to. Who was Tyler thinking about when he sent this picture? What Bri is here to do is to keep you believing that Tyler was thinking about her. He wasn't. He said it. I sent this picture because I was thinking about Cairo. But when she explained it to Jessie Woo and Ricky Lake, she said he sent the picture, but he knows I am a big Harry Potter fan, and that's why he sent it. That's a lie, girl. But like I tell you, if you now know who Bri is and that she really is a bisexual woman in love with Tyler, you understand why she said the lie to Jessie Woo. You understand it. Because she's not here to prove anymore that Tyler is the biological father of these children. She's here to prove that she's not just a side chick, a jump off, or a sperm baby mother, which is what Ashley called her. You see, she's here to prove to Ashley that no, girl, I mean more to your man than you think I mean to him. And what Ashley is trying to tell her is, girl, no, you just a sperm baby mama. You just a side chick. You just coleslaw. And now you have Bri here trying to produce evidence, but she's having to lie about the evidence to prove her point. And unfortunately, it was very clear in the earlier text that this text was not because Tyler was thinking of her. It was because he was thinking of Cairo. So, like I said, this evidence is working against her. So now we know what's the next text that happens for a woman that's in love with a man that's on his way to meet a new woman that he may fall in love with. She preempts him and says, have you made it yet? Anything she can do to keep talking about this man. He writes her back, says, no, girl, I still got 2 hours on the plane to go. I'm in first class enjoying these drinks, and I got you texting me all up on me, talking about, where are you? Where are you going? When you coming home? When you doing that? This evidence is working against Bri, and I'm telling y'all, let's go on to evidence number 6. Evidence number 6. No, that was evidence number 6. We got to find evidence number 7. We got to find evidence number 7. I didn't shot the wrong thing. Hold, let me find evidence number 7. Hold on to him. Hold on with me. Okay, here it is. This is going to be evidence number 7. Evidence number 7. He said, no, I still got 2 hours to go. We going to LA, California. I'm not going to Louisiana. She like, we in DC. This is a longer pay ride. Okay, Bri, you all in the military. You don't know how long it takes to get from DC to LA. And you already texting back at 4:21 asking, has he made it yet? No, you're just coming up with reasons to text him. Like once you know who she is, you get this stuff. What do you mean? You don't know how long it takes? He says, girl, no, I'm going to LA, California, not LA, Louisiana. The flight is longer than that. So she goes, oh, shut up. I know. Well, if you know, then why are you texting? You texting because you're anxious, because what you know is that the man that you love is flying to LA to possibly meet a new woman that he's going to find in love with. And you're anxious and you're nervous and you're trying to pretend like you're not stressing out over this, but you are, because your whole lie was built around that you're not in love with Tyler, that you're a lesbian, but really you're bisexual and you're in love with him. And what you are is you're freaking out over the fact that he's moving to LA, or he's going to LA to meet a woman, and all your worst fears are coming true. That's why she reacted so quickly when she saw what Tyler was doing, because it was her worst fear that he would ever leave her for a real woman that he was in love with, because it almost happened before when he was engaged to that newscaster, but that fell apart. That's what Bri wanted. She's panicking. She's panicking. She's not panicking because she believes Tyler's going to abandon the kids. She's panicking because she's starting to feel like he may slip away from her. That's what she's panicking over. So once again, what does a woman who's in love with a man who's on his way to meet the love of his life, about to get married, once again, she initiates a text and says, have you made it again? How many times you going to text this man? She ain't mentioned the kids once. Have you made it yet? This girl is over here drinking. She's so nervous. He sends her a picture of the plane. This is hilarious. Evidence number 7. Like I said, y'all can hold Tyler responsible. Absolutely. Y'all can hold Ashley responsible for any of this. Absolutely. But y'all better not talk about me giving Tyler a pass. You better not give Bri a pass. You better not give her a pass, y'all. I'm telling you, she was the master manipulator over all this whole thing from the very, very beginning. Very, very beginning. And it's slipping away and she's panicking. She's panicking. Evidence number 7. Okay, what are we on? What are we on? We on evidence number 8. We on evidence number 8. She said, "Are you married yet?" He goes, "Nope." He shows her a picture of the plane. So she says, "LOL, damn." He finally says, "Okay, LOL." He says, "I just landed." And what she says then is, "Oh my God, I'm so nervous for you." Girl, you ain't nervous for him. You nervous for yourself. Bri, you ain't nervous for him. You are nervous for yourself. She says, "But anyway, a good luck and have fun." Girl, this is all fake enthusiasm. I know y'all want to believe this is real enthusiasm. This is fake enthusiasm for where this man is going. She nervous. And happy early birthday. We love you. Why you need to say happy early birthday? We love you. And she throws the kids in here to say we love you because what she really wants to say is she loves him. In this moment, she groups the kids into it because she can't really say I love you. And so what she does is she uses the children to mask as an excuse for her own fit. It's what she's been doing this whole time. She uses the kids as the shield of her own emotions. And what she says is, "We love you." And what he says is, "Thank you, love y'all more." But what she really wants to say is, "I love you." That's what she really wants to say. And then what he tells her is, "I'll talk when I can." And she says, "Okay." Now, what is this? Evidence number 8. Evidence number 8. I got to go back to see when evidence number 7 was time-stamped. Evidence number 7 was time-stamped on October 1st. Okay. Evidence number 7 was time-stamped October 1st. Which means all this happened on October 1st. Now, what does the woman do that's in love with this man? On October 6th, she initiates conversation again. Here in evidence number 8, on October 6th, she initiates conversation again. Now, Bri tells us that she has watched Love is Blind. So if Bri has watched Love is Blind, she knows that Tyler is going to go dark because we all know they take the phones away. We all know that they go into secrecy. All this. We all know this. We're not even on the show and we know it. And she says she's watched the show. So on the 1st to the 8th, she's so antsy. So antsy, y'all. She is so antsy and nervous. Like she nervous for him. Girl, you nervous for yourself. She texts him again and says how it's going on October 6th. 5 days later, girl, he just told you I'll text you when I can. You already know he's going into a secret type thing. Why are you texting him again? Because she's so nervous. 5 days feels like 5 years to her right now. She says, hope it's going well. Girl, you nervous. Ugh. Let me go to evidence number. Let me go to the next evidence. Evidence number 9. Evidence number 9. Evidence number 9. Evidence number 9. Here's evidence number 9. Evidence number 9. Evidence number 9. We look at this. Look at the desperation coming. Evidence number 9 is on October 6th. She says, hope it's going well. 10:24 in the morning. No response. Because at this time, he's probably dark. He don't have a phone, nothing. We all know this, right? She should know it because she says she's watched the show. But she's panicking. She's panicking. He doesn't text back. On October 11th, this video that we show a clip of, what Bri tells us is it's a video of the kids saying happy birthday to Tyler. That his birthday must be on October 11th. Now remember, earlier she told Tyler happy early birthday. That's what she told him. Now we see how far away that was. She was telling Tyler happy birthday back on October 1st. Come to find out, his birthday isn't all the way to October 11th. And the reason why I point this out is because I want you guys to see how Bride tries to over-invest herself into Tyler. On October 1st, she was trying to wish this man happy early birthday because what she was trying to do was to continually prove this connection between her and Tyler. And now he's gotten his phones taken away probably at this time. She writes him on the 6th, how's it going? Hope it's going well. He doesn't answer. On October 11th, she once again, I believe, tries to use the children to get him to respond to her. And what he says is he didn't respond to her original text. What I'll do now is send him a video of the children and he'll have to respond. Once again, she's using the children to manipulate Tyler to get what she wants from Tyler. So she sends him a video on the 11th. No response on the video. What does the woman do that's in love with this man? She writes back again the next day. She's panicking, y'all. Don't you guys see the desperation? Because at this point in time, she really shouldn't be concerned about whether or not Tyler's going to abandon the kids, because Tyler's really going along with the program of Love is Blind at this point. Remember, at this point, nothing is really happening out of the ordinary with Love is Blind. If Bride really knew what Love was Blind is right, why would she be panicking so soon? So soon. She says on the 12th, damn, it's taking much longer than I expected. She's panicking. She's panicking. By the 21st, now remember, October 1st is when he first went dark. The 21st, he finally writes. And he says to her, I'm alive. I'm alive. So 21 days he went dark. That seems about reasonable with the taping of Love is Blind. That seems about reasonable. And he says, oh, I'm alive. I got selected to be followed. What he's saying is, he doesn't say it at this time, but what we know what is happening is, by this time, they're done filming in the pods. He's proposed to Ashley, and now they're going to be selected to go to Cabo. Remember, selected, because we know now that just because you get engaged doesn't mean you get selected to go to Cabo and get followed, because we know from that other couple, Leo, they didn't get selected. So he says, I'm alive. I got selected to be followed. Just came back from Cabo. So wait a minute. So no, this is after he gets back from Cabo. So he's now getting his, because even in Cabo, they don't have their phones. So he's alive. He got selected to be followed. He goes to Cabo. He proposed to Ashley. They're in love. They filmed the whole Cabo thing. I just got back from Cabo, and now he's getting his phone back. So all this was the 21 days. But as we can see, Bride was panicking long before there. So then what does Bride do? She's so excited to finally hear from him. She says, ha, 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 good for you. We knew you would. We knew you would. No, you didn't. What you talking about? You knew you would. We knew you would what? Get selected and find somebody? No, you didn't, because up here, you was panicking, talking about how you didn't expect this to take so long. You was expecting him to be coming home and not have gone to Cabo and all that. You were expecting him to go to Love is Blind, not meet no one, and come back home to you and these kids. And now you're talking about you knew you would. No, you was not expecting this. Hopefully it was a good vacay. Girl, it was more than a vacay. It was more than a vacay. What's she talking about? Hopefully it was a good vacay. So now you trying to downplay what this man was here for? No, he was here to meet a wife. A good vacation, girl. This was more than a vacation. He done gone here and met a whole wife. Why are you trying to downplay it as if it was just a vacation? She says, I got so many questions. Ha, ha, ha. Girl, I am not believing this. I am not believing this at all, Bride. You not fooling me. That's evidence number 9. That's evidence number 9. Okay, so now we're on to evidence number 10. Okay, evidence number 10. She had said, I have so many questions, ha ha ha. And he says, oh, it was not good. We have no freedom. Literally security taking us everywhere. And camera in our faces a 24/7. He still hasn't said nothing like I found the love of my life. I done fall in love, all that. All he said was I got selected to move forward. And I don't know if any other messages got deleted out of this or what. But right this point in time, Tyler ain't mentioning nothing about Ashley specifically. She says, yeah, I'm sure that's awkward. How does it feel to be engaged? So this is why I kind of believe that there was another conversation, because either Tyler specifically told her I'm engaged, or Bri knows so much about the show that if you got selected to go to Cabo, that must mean you got engaged, because she's already talking about it. Tyler never mentions being engaged, being proposing, or anything. So either Bri just knows it from the show, which could be it, that she's engaged, which means if you know so much about the show, why were you so surprised when 21 days had elapsed between when he was calling you? Because it's not about you don't know the process. It's just about you are panicking because you know you're about to lose this man. The one that you spent all these years trying to trap through all this manipulation from the very beginning. I'm telling you that from the very beginning, this was a very manipulative way of Bri trapping Tyler in her life. Very, very manipulative. But anyway, she says, how does it feel to be engaged? LOL. Why is it so funny? Anyway, when will we be able to see you? There it is. Once again, here is Bri roping in her children for something that's really for her. She really wants to be able to say, when can I see you again? Because she's not even really asking that much about Ashley. Like, oh, what's the girl like? Did you fall in love? I bet you're so happy. That's what you would do if you genuinely were happy about Tyler falling in love and getting engaged. But when all you really care about is seeing him for yourself, you seeing him, you go straight to, when will we be able to see you? This ain't about these kids. This is not about these kids. So what does Tyler do, which is what he always do? He avoids the conversation. One thing Ashley got right about Tyler is that Tyler avoids situations that he can't handle. And what that does is it makes it be a lie. Because whether you lie outright, whether you lie by omission, whether you lie because you let people have their own thoughts, even though those thoughts aren't their own, it's lying, it's deception, it's deceiving. And Tyler is deceiving and he's deceptive because what he allows people to do is draw their own conclusions. Now, she says, when will we be able to see you? He says, it's weird as hell. Scariest day in my life was proposing to a blue wall. So now he outwardly says he did propose. This is the first time we've seen him actually say he proposed. We know he did because he said I got selected, but nowhere else did we see that at first. We're now seeing it now. And I'm not sure yet. I'll know tonight. So when she says, when will we be able to see you? He says, I don't know yet. I'll know tonight. We have a meeting with the creator of the show and our producers to figure out the next few weeks. So he's trying to keep her involved in one way, but she's constantly trying to make it be about her. This is Bri. And he's actually trying to keep it about the show. He's really trying to keep it about the show. Okay, so that's evidence number 10. Let's go on to evidence number 11. Evidence number 11. So on evidence number 11, he writes, where am I on this? Okay, he said, I don't know, I'll know tonight. He says, we have a meeting with the producers. Bri likes it. And then she writes, well, I want to know more. LOL. How's it going with y'all now that you have seen each other? This is crazy. Okay. If y'all get in your head about a woman who's in love with a man, what is the first thing that woman's going to want to know about this new woman that the man you're in love with is now with? I'm going to give y'all 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did y'all get it? You want to know what she looks like. What does she look like? Because that's what you're concerned. This don't have nothing to do with the kids. I'm trying to tell you at this point, it don't have nothing to do with the kids. At this point in time, Bri wants to know about that woman. What does she look like? And not because she's here to congratulate Tyler. She wants to know, well, what does she look like? And she's trying to put all these happy, ha-ha, la-la-l's, but she's stressed. She's stressing. And then what Tyler says, it's cool. She doesn't look like anyone I've ever dated. I'll just say that. Okay. If y'all remember when I was doing videos back before, I said that Tyler's never dated a black woman. The reason why I knew that was because when Tyler and Ashley met outside of the pods, Ashley said to Tyler, I wasn't like what you expected, right? And she rubbed her hand to show her dark skin. She didn't want to say it out loud on camera in front of the cameras, but she had already known. Tyler had already told her, I never dated a black woman. He already said that. No, I think that's what he has said to her. I never saw that newscaster. I think she's black or maybe she's biracial or whatever. But he said, it's cool. She doesn't like anyone I've ever dated before. I'll just say that. But damn, so nice. Damn. What does Bri say? Well, that's good. Well, that's good, girl. He said, it's the weird experience of my life. I feel like they drugged us. It's almost like he's saying he feels like he's in a cloud, like they drugged us. Because I think what he's trying to say, I don't know, is that he's never been here before. I mean, they've talked about this before. He said he's never been in love before. He doesn't know how this happened to him, blah, 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 blah. And he says he feels like they drugged him because I think he's trying to say I'm doing stuff I never did before. So it feels like a drug. That's fine. Bri thinks it's funny and she has a bunch of crying emojis. Okay, that's an awkward kind of crying. But okay, that's evidence number 11. Let's go on to evidence number 12. Now remember, the reason why we're showing all this evidence is because what I'm talking about is I thought we were here to prove that Tyler is the biological children, that Tyler lied about him being more than a sperm donor, that Tyler lied to Ashley. I thought that's what we were trying to prove with all this coming forth with these videos and all this social media stuff. We know that's already been proven. So now I'm saying, I'm wondering why all these text messages are being presented in evidence. Because remember, this is Bri putting all these text messages up. Ashley ain't putting none up. Later on, we're going to see not only does Bri put up her text messages with Tyler, she puts them up with Ashley. She puts them up with Tyler's mother. She don't put it all out there. Why? To prove that he's the father of the children? Oh my gosh, y'all. Evidence number 12. Okay. So she says, I told you it's different being isolated for so long. Did you see the kids' birthday videos? So she's starting to talk about the kids now. And he says, it hasn't loaded yet. I've gotten so many texts and shit. For some reason, the pics and videos aren't loading. And if you notice about the conversation with Bri and Tyler, Bri never ends the conversations. If you ever notice, anytime a conversation ends, it's because Tyler ends it. Bri could talk to Tyler all day, back and forth. She loves being connected to this man. And half the conversation isn't even about the kids. More than half is not about the kids. If you ever notice when the conversation starts, it's because Bri cuts it off. I even tell you ladies this in dating. Don't let the man be the one that always ends the conversation. Sometimes you can end it, but what happens is when you're so in love and you're so wanting to be all on top of this man, you don't know how to make the man want to come back for more. And Bri is so in love with Tyler, she doesn't know how to end a conversation. So as a result, he's always the one that has to stop the conversation. So this conversation finally ends when she says, "Ha ha, I bet it's been so long." Right, she goes, "Ha ha, I bet it's been so long." So once again, she's referencing the point of the fact that, you know what, you've been gone so long, you haven't had your phone for so long. Yeah, it's been so long. Girl, all these fake laughing and emojis like she's really laughing. She laughing on the outside, but she crying on the inside. This girl is tore up from the inside out. She is panicking. So once again, now we flip to October 22nd. Now I got to go back real quick. October, evidence number 11. When was that last message? We need to look at the dates. We need to look at, okay, I don't see it here in evidence 11. When was that date shown? Let me go back to evidence 10. I don't see it in 10. Let me go back to 9. Okay. Was it here in 9? 21st. Okay, so this was on the 21st. Okay, 21st was the 9th, last time I saw a date stamp. Now I'm back on the 12th, the 21st. So the very next day. Do y'all see this now? Do you see how this woman is all on top of this man? The very next day at 7:52 in the morning, she writes him again. "Good morning, girl. Go sit down. Go sit down. Good morning. Keep me in the loop. I need to know everything that's going on with you to ask you. I want to know how far this is progressing." LOL. Once again, that fake laugh when she died on the inside. "I really want to see and talk to you." She doesn't say anything about, at this point, about the kids. She's only talking about seeing her. She wants to talk to him. She wants to see him. This is about her and Tyler, her feelings for Tyler. This don't have nothing to do with these doggone kids. He says, "Good morning. I have recording all day today. We have one day off a week. I'll know what that looks like this afternoon." She says, "Okay, cool." She's just so happy to hear for something. He says, "How have you been?" Okay, he's asking about her. He didn't ask something about the kids. And she says, "I've been okay. I've been hanging out with Blunt a lot. LOL. Why is that so funny?" Girl, why are you hanging out with Blunt? Why are you hanging out with Blunt? That's just to be close to Tyler. If I can't be with you, Tyler, I'll hang out with your best friend. So in a lot of ways, I can still feel connected to you. Girl, I want you ladies to get in your mindset, okay, of imagine you with a man. He has an ex-baby mama, and that baby mama is trying her best to blur these lines. And so now the baby mama is trying to hang out with your man's best friend. I know they was all friends, but oh my goodness. This is just so obvious. This is so obvious. Let's go to evidence number 12. Evidence number 12. Evidence number 12. Evidence number 12. Hold on a second. Evidence number 12. I'm trying to label these evidences. Oh, hold on a second. Am I on evidence number 12? No, this is supposed to be evidence number 13. This is not 12. This is evidence number 13. Let me change this to say evidence number 13. Evidence number 13. Okay, evidence number 13. I've been hanging out with Blunt. LOL. There go that fake laugh again. The kids miss you, of course. Kai has been killing in football. Okay. So she said the kids miss you. She's bringing the kids into it. But if you notice, she only mentions Kai has been killing in the football. She always mentions Cairo, the boy, what's going on in his life. Because we're going to find out later that Tyler's not really involved with those girls' lives too much. So then what he says is, I heard Blunt got a bike, LOL, and that's dope. I know Kai is killing it. So the fact that he heard Blunt got a bike, that tells me that Tyler, well, we already know Tyler talked to his friends because Tyler is getting married. And I think Blunt is probably one of the being in his wedding. So we know that Blunt is involved. We know that Blunt is involved with Tyler because these are the people probably coming to Tyler's wedding. So now I think about it. Now I know why. Goodness gracious. Now I know why Bri is hanging out with Blunt a lot. I know. Oh, hold on a second. My sister is texting me. Let me text my sister back real quick. She's supposed to be coming over. My sister was supposed to be here at this morning. I'm taping this in the morning. And now she's saying she ain't coming until 1 o'clock. I got other stuff to do. Okay, I'm trying to tell my sister. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to tell my sister that she was going to come here in the morning. Now she's saying she's not coming to not getting to my house till 1 o'clock. But I have other stuff I have to do later on. So hold on a second. Let me get back to what I was doing. Now I'm all twisted around. Oh, this is what I was saying. Now I know why Bri was hanging out with Blunt. Did y'all figure it out yet? Why she was hanging out with Blunt so much? She was hanging out with Blunt because that's where she's trying to get her information, because Tyler's not talking to her and telling her enough. She needs to know more. And what she probably knows is that Blunt is talking to Tyler, which he probably is. And she's hoping that Blunt will tell her something. That's why she's hanging out with him. That's what I believe. I'm telling you, Bri's a manipulator. She don't do nothing for the reason she tell you she doing it. Because while all of a sudden she's hanging out with Blunt a lot. She's hanging out with Blunt to get information from Blunt. Anyway, he says, I have so much to tell you, LOL. They love this LOL when they laughing, and they really laughing matter. She says, LMAO, laughing my ass off. Yeah. That boy is retarded, but I know, that boy is retarded, but I know. And it says, I can't wait to see you. Okay, once again, here she is talking about she can't wait to see Tyler. It still don't have nothing to do with the kids. I know y'all think she's still here talking about these kids. She's not. She's talking about herself. I can't wait to see you. LOL. Once again, laughing when she really crying on the inside. So this is what day was this? We need to go back to the days. This is evidence number 13. I got to go back to evidence number 12 because I missed my date stamp. Evidence number 12, we were on this conversation going on the 22nd. This was the 22nd. Then on the 13th, evidence number 13th, the 22nd, she says, I can't wait to see you, LOL. Crickets. Remember, crickets. So now that's like the 22nd or 22nd crickets. Now we're all the way on the 5th. You know she done gone crazy. Y'all know she done gone crazy because she has not heard from this man in 14 days at this point. So then what she does after 14 days, she texts him again and says, so you really don't want to have any intentions on reaching out to your kids in any way? Girl, this not just about the kids. This about reaching out to you. You was the one that said, I can't wait to see you. And when he didn't respond, you come back with a message about the kids, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to manipulate him to reach out to you in terms of the kids. Girl, crickets. She don't hear it anymore. That's on November 5th. November 7th, she's still in her feelings. She upset, y'all. Are you really doing this again? There it is. The word is again. Now, remember, part of this evidence she was trying to present to us was one, that Tyler was a liar, guilty. One, that Tyler lied to Ashley, guilty. One, that Tyler lied to all of us, guilty. One, that Tyler lied and said that the kids were just made like through sperm bank or whatever, guilty. Her case has been proven. I mean, she's really proven all of her points. At this point in time, she really should have picked up her stuff and left social media, because she was up here. But the problem is she keeps running her mouth. And as she keeps running her mouth, you start to realize holes in her story. Because she was told us originally that Tyler was really into these kids' lives. But now she says, are you really doing this again? Doing what again? I thought you said he was an active father. Again would tell me that this is not the first time. We later find out it's not the first time. It's pretty much how he behaves. He has always dipped and dived out of these children's lives. He has always done it. We now know that Tyler was never paying child support for any of these children. We now know that the only reason now Tyler is behind in child support was because Bree went back and got child support for the 3 children for just the past year alone. Because the other years that they've been alive, she never required child support from Tyler. You know why? Because it was never their agreement and she knew it. Because what she did was, when she originally had these children, she absolutely told Tyler that she would take financially care for the children and all this other kind of stuff. And Tyler was willing to go along to be able to have some babies, but not have no financial responsibility for them, nor have any other type of responsibility for them. So when he's dipping and diving off these kids' lives as the uncle, he's thinking, I'm not doing nothing except what you told me you wanted. Right? I know y'all don't want to see this, but this is the way it was. So now, are you really doing this again? What, dipping and diving? That means he's done it before? Yeah, he dips and dives all the time. Please tell me this is not what you're doing. This is on the 7th. She's begging him. Please don't leave me again, Tyler. I know y'all think she's pleading for these kids. She's not pleading for these kids. She's pleading for her. Please don't leave me again going off with these women that you fall in love with, and then you pretend like you don't have no kids. No, don't go off with these women and leave me behind. This is something else. November 7th, he finally writes to her. He says, I have not had my phone since the first week back. We filmed all day until 10:11, and they are back at 10 p.m. to take my phone. And they are back at 10 a.m. to take, wait a minute. I have not had my phone since the first week back. We film all day until 10 or 11 at night, and they are back at 10 a.m. to take my phone. Well, they don't take your phone again, Tyler. That's a lie. So, you know what? We already know that Tyler, what he does is he lies to get out of situations. We know that. And what he's doing here is he's trying to make an excuse of why he's not talking to Bree anymore. And he's trying to act like he don't have his phone, but he got his phone. He got his phone. He got his phone. At this point, Tyler is already separating himself, because what I believe at this point in time is Ashley knows the truth now. And Ashley's also figured out what I figured out, is that this is a woman that's in love with her man. And what Ashley is telling her in the background is, you don't need to be talking to this woman, because this woman is lying, acting as if this is just for the kids, and it's not just for the kids. She's in love with you. And now I got a problem with her. Right? Now Ashley got a problem with Bri, because she's realized that this woman is in love with my man. That's what I believe. Okay. Evidence number 14. We got to go on to evidence number 14. Evidence number 14. This was on the 7th. She writes him right back on the 7th. Okay, well, when is the wedding? What, girl? When is the wedding, so I know when I can tell the kids they can expect to hopefully see or hear from their dad again? Okay, like I said, ladies, get into your head that this is a woman that wants your man. Once you get there, you'll see how strange this message is. First of all, this man hasn't even been connected to you. This man hasn't been texting you since he got back from Cabo. This man ain't come to see the kids. The kids ain't met Ashley, none of this. And you're telling me that you're writing me, asking me about when is the wedding so I know when I can tell the kids they can expect to see you. So what you're saying is, when can I tell the kids they're going to come to your wedding? So you really believe as a mother, if you're really looking out for your children, if you are really looking out for your children, you mean to tell me that you're willing to bring your kids to a wedding for their father when they haven't even met the woman that he's going to marry? And you're going to do this on national TV. So the very first time the kids meet Ashley, the very first time Ashley meets the kids, remember, because at this point in time, she doesn't even know that Ashley doesn't even know about the kids. No, once again, she's using the kids as a means to see Tyler. When are the kids going to expect to hopefully see you? Because she's already asked that she wants to see him. He said no. Now she wants to come up with a reason why he's got to come around. So if I could say I got to bring the kids to the wedding because she want to come to the wedding. She want to put her eyes on Ashley. She needs to be seen. She needs to know what's going on. And if I got to bring my kids to the wedding, that means I can come to the wedding. Girl, this is on the 7th. Once again, Tyler don't respond. He don't respond on the 7th. Now it gets to the 28th. Is this the 28th? Where are my glasses? I can hardly see. The 28th. We talking about 21 days later. Tyler done gone ghost on her. He ain't writing to her, ain't doing nothing. We know behind the scenes, Ashley's telling him, boy, you better not talk to her no more. I know exactly what's going on. She says, she goes straight after 21 days of not hearing from Tyler. Where does she jump to in 21 days? That fast? She goes all the way to, we should discuss your rights when you find some time so we can get it all over with. Boom! There you are. So you mean to tell me, I get you mad at Tyler because he's ghosted you for 21 days, but that fast, in 21 days, you already start talking about taking away the rights from Tyler? In 21 days? Ladies, listen to this. You got a man. You have babies with a man. That man does not call you for 21 days, just like Tyler did. Is your first instinct to write that man in 21 days talking about how you want to take his rights away from being able to see the children? Is that what you do? No. You know why you do that? You do that because you're trying to get a response out of him. You're trying to get him to write you back. You're trying to say something so horrible that what it will do is will jar him and it will make him respond to you. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to get Tyler to engage with her. She can say all she wants that she's trying to get Tyler to engage with the children, but I don't believe it, because if you're really trying to get Tyler to engage with the children, why would you write about taking away Tyler's rights so soon? I understand what Tyler is doing is wrong, but if you are just here for the children, why would you so soon go to talking about taking rights away? Guess what happens? He don't respond to her. He don't respond to her. Guess what she does? Guess what she does? She writes him that salacious note on the 7th, on the 28th at 8 o'clock. He doesn't respond to her. 8 o'clock in the morning. At 17:17, which is 5:30 all day, she can't stand it no more. She goes, no response again? Girl, I just wish I knew what I did to deserve this. Is this about you again? I thought this was about the children. I thought this was about ghosting the children. Can we keep it about the children? No, we can't, because it's always been about Bri. I just wish I knew what I did to deserve this. But okay, you're making this much more difficult than it has to be. So now master manipulator Bri is upset because she's used to being able to control Tyler with these children. And what she's saying is, you're making it much more difficult than it has to be. But she's saying, okay, I could play this game. Because what the manipulation tactics Bri has used all these years with Tyler is to push and pull these kids to control Tyler's behavior. Because Tyler did want to be in these children's lives initially. But what he started to realize was that Bri always used these children to keep Tyler in her life in another capacity. And anytime he tried to have any sort of separation, what Bri would do would use the children and threaten him to have the kids back in her life. This is what I completely believe. This is what I completely believe. And she says, I wish you the absolute best. However, I'll be praying for you. Girl, you ain't doing no praying, not in no good way. Not in no good way. That's what I'm telling you, that Bri is a manipulator and she lies about what her real feelings are. And she talking about, I'll pray for you. You ain't praying for him. You wishing the bad on him. I know right now you mad, Bri, because this ain't about the children. He finally writes back and says, I didn't even see these first message. That's a lie. You saw them messages, Tyler. You know you lying. You just don't want to deal with it. He don't want to deal with it. He says, I'll be in LA until the middle of December. He says, just let me know what you need from me. I'm not trying to make anything hard. So what Tyler does, which I know is going to make Bri mad, he calls her bluff. You see, she was the one that brought up taking rights away. But when she brought it up in a way in which she thought that she'd be able to get Tyler to respond like he has in the past, and that is fight for his children. You see, when Tyler was going to lose the kid to the ex-wife, Bri invoked Tyler to say, hey, I need you to step in, claim these children so these children don't get lost from me and you. And Tyler did it. Now, when Bri seen Tyler slip away again, she tries to use the children one more time to lure him back in. But this time, it doesn't work. This time, it doesn't work because now Tyler has Ashley. And now, what Ashley has talked about, that Tyler doesn't know how to draw boundaries around people, and Tyler doesn't know how to maneuver around a person who's manipulative. Ashley says, I'll step in and take this. So now what happens is Tyler's like, that's fine. I'm going to distance myself from you and these kids, and I'm willing to let these kids go. And he says, yeah, just let me know what you need from me. Basically he's saying, what you need me to sign. He said basically what you need me. Tyler was ready to throw these kids away. He says, that's fine. That's fine. You want to keep yanking these kids in and out of my life. You want to keep using these kids as a pawn. This time I'm going to call your bluff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, that's fine. What do you need me to do? What papers do you need me to sign? And she says, when he calls her bluff, she says, need from you as far as what? Girl, need from you. You just said earlier, do you want to give up your rights? So what he's saying is, yeah, I'll give them up. What you need me to do? And now all of a sudden when her bluff got called, now all of a sudden she talking about, what do you mean need from you? He said, yeah, when would you like to talk about it? Let's set up a meeting. Now all of a sudden Tyler was ready to set up a meeting. Let's talk. Let's hash it out. Let's do the paperwork. Let's do the paperwork. This was evidence number what? 14? Let's do the paperwork. So this was evidence number 14. Okay. Hope y'all with me still. I hope y'all still with me. I know it's going to be a long video. Evidence number 15. We're on 15. That ain't the right one. That is not the right one. We're looking for evidence 15. We're looking for evidence 15. That ain't it either. That ain't it either. Bear with me. We're looking for evidence number 15. This ain't it either. I hope I didn't lose it. This ain't it. This ain't it. Y'all, this is a trip. This is such a trip. I'm looking for evidence number 15. This ain't it either. I hope I didn't mess this up, y'all. Evidence, I don't have any. Oh, okay. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. Let me see. Okay, here it is. This is going to be evidence number 15. This is evidence number 15. Let me mark it. Let me mark my evidence. Evidence number 15. So he says to her, when will you like to talk? He's like, that's fine. When you like to talk, I can sign this paperwork because I'm done with you, Bri. I'm done with you. I'm ready to turn over the rights to these children. And then she says, is it your end goal just to give up your rights? Girl, you done brought up the thing about the rights. You brought up the thing about the rights. And what this also alludes to is the reason why she went there so soon is because what I believe is this conversation was had before. I think she went there so soon because it was a conversation that was had before when Tyler probably told her a long time ago that I will give up the rights to the children. And what Bri didn't want to do was she didn't want him to give up the rights because remember, the reason why Bri doesn't want Tyler to give up the rights to the children isn't just for the children. It's because Bri is in love with Tyler, and giving up the rights to the children would also mean that he's given up even being in her life. And that's what she really wants. So she says, is this your end goal just to give up your rights? She's really saying this because she suspected this all along, even before Love is Blind, that Tyler really doesn't want to be an active father in these children's lives. But she's tried to hold it together, tried to keep them there, because really what it is Bri is in love with Tyler. And also, if you weren't trying to make anything hard, you would have been reaching out to your kids and sending some sort of support, knowing you haven't helped out in any way with them in months. Okay. What I believe this is that Tyler, it's pretty clear that Tyler hasn't been paying child support for these children for the majority of these children's lives. And because if he weren't paid, because I believe that the agreement was never for him to pay child support. Now, in the court of the law, it won't matter. I get it. In the court of the law, it won't matter. He's going to be responsible for child support. In fact, if she only went for child support for the last year, she probably could go back and get child support for the entirety of these children's lives. I'm sure her attorney is working on that. But what she's alluding to and pointing out to is that there was never an agreement for Tyler to pay child support on these children. Because remember, the original lie that Bri told Tyler was that we could just have these children with my wife and you're not going to be financially responsible for the children. There's no way that Tyler would have agreed to helping the couple have a baby if he also thought he would be financially responsible for the child. There's no way he would have done it. He only did it to get two things out of it: to have a son, and also to not have financial responsibility, and to be able to dip and dive as an uncle. And what it's turned out to be is because there was no paperwork, there was no formality of it all. Not only is Bri trying to hold him accountable for not dipping and diving, she's now going to start holding him accountable for child support, all of which the law supports, all of which he should do. But what the point I'm trying to make here is that what Bri is trying to prove and all this evidence she's producing, it's really incriminating her. It's incriminating her. And so she says, knowing you haven't helped in any kind of way in months. And I believe that prior to that, maybe when he was living with her, he was giving money to live in the house. There were certain things, but there was never any formal arrangement for child support. So I'm not sure. She says, I'm not sure what you mean by that statement. Well, first of all, Bri, it was the statement you originally made. You were the one that made the statement in the text message that, do you want to give up your rights? You brought the conversation up. So now to come here and say, you don't mean what he means by that statement. Well, why wouldn't you know what he means? Because you brought it up. What you're shocked over, what's now got you a little shocked, is that he's calling you on your bluff. You see, you thought you were going to say it as a means to keep him in these children's lives. But now what he's saying is no. And he says, I don't have any end goal. What he's saying is he does have an end goal. He want to be out these kids' lives. So that's a lie. But what he's saying is prior to these moments where we are now, that was never my necessarily premeditation, but it is now. Now Tyler's over here talking about I don't have any end goals. You have one now, Tyler. Absolutely you do. You want to get rid of these kids. He says, I haven't been anything close to a dad. So I'm assuming giving up my rights is something you want since you mentioned it. I was just responding to your text and I haven't had any means to help. Okay. At this point in time, Ashley is seeing every text that Tyler is sending to Bri. Ashley is fully aware of what's going on here, and Ashley is seeing the manipulation that Bri is doing. And what Tyler is doing now is he's covering his ass. What he's saying is, I haven't been anything close to a dad. So what he's trying to say is what he told us on TV. I really haven't been that active in these kids' lives. Yeah, I'm there. Yeah, I've done this. Yeah, I've done that. But this idea that I've been around for every single thing, that's not true. And what he's trying to do is memorialize that and get Bri to admit it to Ashley. Because at this point in time, Ashley's reading all these texts. Anytime Tyler texts Bri back, Ashley's reading the text. I guarantee you. And so he says, I haven't been anything close to a dad. So I'm assuming giving up my rights is something you want since you mentioned it. I was just responding to your text and I haven't had any means to help. Tyler's a whole thing by himself. But I think the problem people have had is they don't see what's going on with Bri. They really don't see it. So then Bri writes back, okay, well, you let me know when the convo or anything involving the kids is worth your time. So now she's hot. Now she's going to make it about the children because what she realizes is she's already been thrown away by Tyler. She realizes at this point she's been thrown away. And now what she's going to do is she's going to try to pretend like it's all about the children. And she says, and the assumption is since you're well aware of how shitty of a parent you are, all of a sudden now he's a shitty parent? Okay. Yet still continue to do it while making false promises. Okay, so what she's saying is, now that you're aware of how shitty of a parent you are, yet you still continue to do it while making false promises. What she's saying is all along the way, even before Ashley was ever in the life of Tyler, that Tyler was a shitty parent and he made a lot of false promises. This is what Bri is telling us. Tyler was not this upstanding, involved parent prior to Ashley. He wasn't. He didn't pay child support. He was in and out of these children's lives. He wasn't constant. We come to find out later that the twins don't even know the grandmother, don't know any parts of Tyler's family. The only people who know this part is the boy. And so now Bri, in her quest to prove to us that she has some sort of deeper relationship with Tyler, what she's proving to us is that actually the relationship you had with Tyler was never very solid, and he really was never very solid in these kids' lives. Now, clearly, she says, she goes on to say, you must clearly not want to have any rights. You went from, I would never do any of that again. Again, she uses the words again, which tells me that anytime Tyler gets a new woman, he dips out of their lives. He dips. When Tyler doesn't have a woman in his life, he leans on Bri because, like I told you before, Tyler is addicted to love. He leans on Bri and the kids to be that constant love in his life. But the minute he tries to find what he's really looking for, he abandons them. Tyler is a user. He's also a manipulator himself. And what he did was, all these people are users. I wish people would see them. They're all users of each other. So he says, oh, you're doing it again. To not even respond to messages. You were just here spending time with them the day before you left. Why are you bringing that up, Bri? If he always spends time with the kids, then why would you need to bring up the last time he spent time with him? Because she wants to point out the fact that he did. He did. So save it. Just like usual. There you go. This is usual. You fall in love and then try to pretend you don't have kids. Yep, this is what he does. Because Tyler's intent was never to be with Brian and those kids. He only used Brian and those kids for these in-between moments. They was always disposable. This is nothing new. So for Bri to act, so now Bri's admitting that none of this is new. None of this is new. In fact, that's why this got so messy. Because in the very beginning, I don't really know how much Tyler ever really wanted to be in these kids' lives. I really don't know. It's still not very, very clear. He says, and sadly, she says, that is why nothing will ever fall in place for you. So now what she's doing is she's making fun of his life, and she's saying, you go about it all the wrong way. I truly feel sorry for you. Before she was praying for him, now what she's saying is, because you move so messy out here in the world, Tyler, which is true, because the way you move and shake, you never going to be happy with a woman. You never going to be able to have this life that you say you want to have, because the way you move and shake out here. Every time you find a woman, you don't come correct and tell them that you got kids and that I'm so important in your life. This is what Bri's upset about. She's not just upset about these kids. She's upset about the fact that she's disposable. And he says to her, basically, you ain't never going to have nothing. This is why I keep saying at this point in time, this has gone beyond the kids. This is about Bri also saying, you're not going to be happy with Ashley, because once Ashley finds out the truth, Ashley's going to leave you. Remember, at this point in time, Bri does not know who Ashley is. Bri doesn't know that Ashley's a ride or die chick. Bri is thinking that once Ashley knows everything I know, Ashley going to leave you. But she bet wrong. We're going to go on. That's why she's still here on YouTube, because she bet wrong about Ashley. That's why she's still here on these shows. She bet wrong about Ashley. We on, what are we, I'm talking episode number 16. I need to find screenshot number 16. Hold on a second. I need to find 16. Okay, here it is. Maybe this is going to be it. This is going to be evidence number 16. This is going to be evidence number 16. Evidence number 16. Tyler responds, if you want the rights, you can have them. He said, if you want these kids, you can have them. I'm done with you. I'm moving over to Ashley. I'm disposing of you. I'm disposing of these kids. And she says, but if you want to, then she writes, but if I want you to give me and the kids the respect and decency reserve, that's not on the table. What a joke. There you go. He just said, if you want the rights, you can have them. And she says, but if I want you to give me, and she throws the kids in there, but she's talking about herself. If you want to give me the respect and decency we deserve, that's not on the table. What a joke. Goodbye, Tyler. What I'm explaining to you is, I understand why Bri is upset with Tyler. I understand how she should be upset that Tyler has thrown her away and these kids away. But the part I have a problem with Bri is seeing herself as the complete victim, and she does not see how she was the original master manipulator of this whole problem. She was the original. This was her whole scheme. This was her scheme. And now her scheme has blown up into her face. And now she's saying she does not have the respect and decency that she deserves. Goodbye, Tyler. Once again, does Tyler write her back? No. What day was that? What was, I missed my date stamps. The 15th. I don't know. Let me go back. What day was that? The 14th. So we're talking about Tuesday, November 28th was the 14th. Now the 16th, November 28th. Now we see here January 4th. So from November 28th, She said goodbye, Tyler. Tyler says goodbye. Goodbye. He ain't written her nothing. No, January 4th. Hi. Would you mind signing a piece of paper so that I can change the twins' last name, please? So at this point in time, she's asking to change the twins' last name. From what I understand, the twins originally had the last name of Tyler, and the boy had the last name, I guess maybe of Bri or Bri's ex-wife. I don't know. Because remember, that was the original scheme. The original scheme was that the boy was born to the wife and Bri. So, of course, at that point, they would have been so bold to put the name of the boy. Even though Tyler was the biological father, Bri was still in her lying mode, so she wasn't going to put the name of Tyler on the birth certificate. But once the girls came, because those girls were born through natural conception, she put Tyler was there cutting the umbilical cord, all this other kind of stuff, supposedly. And they put that name on the girl. So now she says, would you mind signing a piece of paper so that I can change the twins' last name, please? Well, okay, Bri. Once again, all this conversation with Tyler at this point in time, you should be letting your lawyers take care of this. But that's okay. He said, yeah, that's fine. I sent it to my email. She said, send it. Thank you. But this time, Bri is acting her feelings, because the truth of the matter is, she doesn't have to have the kid's name changed. But at this point in time, I still believe that what Bri is engaging in is in ways to try to somehow hurt Tyler over these kids, when really it's really about her hurt feelings. So she says, send it, thank you. Now we're talking about January 16th, 12 days later. He still don't write her back. She writes again. Do you know when you'll be able to sign that for me? Because once again, Tyler don't do nothing he say he gonna do. That's evidence number 16. Evidence number 17. I don't think she shows any more of this. It goes dark. She stops showing the text messages, because I think at this point in time, maybe Tyler just stops talking to her altogether. I think at this point in time, Tyler just stops talking to her altogether. So now we're going to move on to other evidence that she starts to put up, which is going to start actually working against her again, like I said. So we're going to call this evidence number, did I miss it? I'm trying to do evidence number 17. Where are them? Oh, 221. We're all the way in February now. Hold on a second. How about I mess this up? Okay. Here's this message that they showed. This is evidence number 17. Okay, evidence number 17. No, this is not it. No, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm messing things up here. Maybe this is it. Okay. In this evidence, she puts up this screenshot. Let me call this evidence 17. She puts, Bri writes again, hi, not sure what you're talking about if you're talking about court. That is solely because you haven't. Now, this is email. Are these emails or text? I don't know. Hi, not sure what you're talking about if you're talking about court. This is solely because you haven't helped with the kids in a very long time. So at some point in time, Bri files all her paperwork, and I think Tyler says, oh, this is what you're starting to do. I think that's what this is about. You haven't helped with your kids in a very long time. I unfortunately didn't have these kids by myself. All this is true. So I'm only asking for what is best for the kids. So now at this point, Bree absolutely knows she's been left behind. So now what she's decided to do is focus on the children, which she should, which is where she should have stayed focused in the first place. So I don't have a problem with anything that Bree is doing with this. If your life is ruined, it'll only be because you have chosen that. As always, I wish you the best and thank you. That's what she writes. Tyler writes back, you've always wanted your family. You have it. Trying to force someone in their life you have pushed away so many times isn't what's best for them. So, you've always wanted your family. You have it. This goes back to what I said, was that the original manipulation came for Bree because Bree wanted a family with her wife, and she also wanted Tyler to be the father. She wanted that from the very beginning. She had another way of doing it. And also, Tyler, he wants to say he did it completely to give his friends a baby, but I think he also wanted a son. I'm pretty sure of that. And he says, we pushed away so many times isn't what's best for them. So I believe, like I said before, that Bree also engaged in activity to use the kids to push and pull Tyler along, to control Tyler. You asked about rights before. Just take them. Sounds harsh, sounds mean. But now Tyler is in his harsh and mean voice because guess what? He got Ashley by him. And Ashley has the ability to say some of the things that Tyler in the past didn't have to do. Ashley is Tyler's courage. I don't want to have to keep living in the courthouse when this is all started with me helping you. I would like to bring no trouble into your household, but I won't be the only one suffering. There you go. Because it's what I keep talking about. There is no doubt of the blame that Tyler shoulders in this whole situation. There is no doubt about it. It is so clear. But what is being missed is the blame for Bree, and she doesn't want to own any of it. She don't want to own any of it. In the court of the law, I get it. Tyler is going to have to pay for these children no matter what he thinks. But in the court of motherhood, Bree cannot act as if any pain that is in these children's lives because of the circumstances in which they were born and how they were born and how they happened, she cannot absolve herself from responsibility. And she is on this tour, this YouTube tour, to do that. And what I'm telling her is that the evidence that you have produced has made you look worse. So now we're on evidence number 18. Evidence number 18. Evidence number 18. Bree writes back, I am very aware that I have my family. I always will. I have never forced you to be in their lives. That's what she's saying. No, she ain't forced it, but she manipulated the situation to have it that way. Like I already stated, I just want what is best for my babies. Yeah, that's what she should keep it. Keep it on the babies. You keep mentioning not being the only one suffering, but you have absolutely no idea what suffering is. Whose suffering are you talking about? Hers? You're talking about her suffering. You didn't know what it's like to have to lie to the kids about why the dad doesn't come around anymore. I'm not for sure that the twins, we're going to hear a little bit about that later. You don't know what it's like to feel completely disposable when you did absolutely nothing wrong. Disposable mean the kids feel disposable, she feels disposable. I supported you through all this. All I've ever wanted was for you to be happy. I don't deserve any of this, and the kids damn sure didn't. I seriously have no idea why you think you can treat people any kind of way and just go on with your life like nothing ever happened. That's exactly it. She never wanted this. She never wanted this. Why do you think God will bless you when you know damn well you just cut these kids off like they aren't worth the dirt you walk on? You can tell yourself and your wife, because at this point, she mad at Ashley now. You can tell you and your wife whatever you damn necessarily, but you, me, and the most important, God knows exactly what happened. There you go. At this point, she's not all the way mad at Ashley because she thinks Ashley don't know the truth. Ashley knows. I will fight for my kids until the day I die. This is what she should have always been concentrating on, the kids. You see, she didn't really switch to it being about the kids until after she realized that he wasn't coming back to her. You see, the beginning of everything was about that she was in love with Tyler. She was in love with Tyler. She's now coming to the reconciliation that Tyler don't want to be with her. I don't care who or what anyone has to say. I don't care what you do to ruin my life. I don't care about anything. My kids have always been my number one priority and always will be. I too will not. This evidence number 18. Oh, maybe this is back. This evidence number 19. I think this is back. I might have had this one out of order. I'm going to put it as evidence number 19, but I think it was sooner. This is when Tyler had written, not sure what you're expecting to get. Because I guess, she takes him to court. I don't have a job, a place, or a car. So Tyler don't have a job, a place to live, or a car. He is broke. That's why I know he was never paying child support. He's been broke a long time. You can say that you're fighting for them, but I have nothing to give. So like I said, Tyler is a master manipulator and a liar. He lied from the very beginning to Ashley in the pods. He don't have a job. He don't have a place to live or a car. Tyler came to this whole Love is Blind, homeless, broke, with no damn car. This is why he had to rely upon that field guy to even get him to the airport. He is a liar. So for us to believe that Tyler willingly had these children, had planned to pay child support for these children, when all along he's been broke with no job and no car, I don't believe that either. I don't believe it. It's more spiteful, I understand, but please don't act innocent. You played a major part in me not having a connection with them, and the fact that you never acknowledge it is crazy. But I didn't write you to argue. Also, the fact that you think me going to jail helps them shows even more how spiteful it is. So at this point, I believe they're trying to get him to go to jail because of back child support for the year. But I'm not going to waste any more of your time. See ya. So now Tyler's paying hard bar because he got Ashley in this corner. Ashley's a fighter. Ashley is a fighter. Okay, yeah, that's when it went back to that other one when she started writing about the court. Okay. So I got that one a little bit out of order. So now we need to find evidence number 20. Evidence number 20. Evidence number 20. We still looking for it, y'all. We still looking for it. Evidence number 20. Okay. Well, that ends that. Now we're on evidence number 20. Now we're moving over into evidence number 20. Now we're moving over into evidence number 20, where we're going to now see her sharing text messages with Ashley. So this is what you guys got to keep. For those of you who ain't convinced, you got to now ask yourself, remember who Bri is. Bri is actually a woman in love with Tyler. And Bri is here fighting for Tyler. She wants to say she's fighting for the kids, but she's fighting for Tyler. So what happens when you can't get through to the man? So what she decides to do is she's going to reach out to Ashley. She's going to try to start controlling Tyler through Ashley. First of all, these are Tyler's kids. Tyler is the one that made these kids with Bri. And at this point in time, it should be Tyler's job to fix the issue. It really should. But what does Bri do? She reaches out to Ashley and says, "Hi, super hard for me to write you right now, but I just want to say I hope you are okay, and I'm praying for you and Tyler both." Okay, this is a lie again, Bri. You're not really concerned about Ashley at this point. What you want to do is you're trying to get more information, and you're trying to once again pry yourself into this relationship with him. I know people want to say that she's just here for these kids. This is not something you do. She says, I just hope you're okay, and I'm praying for you and Tyler both. No, you're not. A lot is happening right now, and I just never wanted to intentionally cause you any pain. Okay. If you are Bri, and you know that Tyler has gone on TV and lied about you and his kids, and you still believe in this moment that Ashley doesn't know the truth, then I understand that you may want to then tell Ashley the truth. What I don't get is why you would do it publicly. If at this point in time you still think Ashley is innocent, just like all y'all thought she was innocent, why would you then use the social media platform to tell Ashley the truth? Why wouldn't you do something else? She says, I won't say much in this forum, but just wanted to reach out and say, I hope you're okay. Completely understandable if you never respond to me. I'm sure your world is just as crazy, if not more so than mine right now. I wish you the best. Because now what's happened is the shit has hit the fan. If you were really concerned about Ashley's well-being, you would have contacted her privately. I understand that what Tyler did was publicly. He publicly humiliated you. He publicly humiliated those kids. He absolutely did it. But if you were really looking out for Ashley because you think she's innocent right now, you would have contacted her privately. I don't believe any of this. Ashley then writes at this point in time, "Hi, I was surprised to get this message, but I welcome it as well. Getting attacked daily on social media is never fun, but I'm strong. Thanks for reaching out." She says, Bri says, social media is definitely wild, and I was not ready for it all. LOL. There go Bri using these LOL laughing emojis when she's not really laughing, she's crying. I'm really sorry. No, you're not. I'm sure it will all pass. Stay strong. So now you bonded with Ashley? Now, Bri, you bonded with Ashley. Girl, that's evidence number 20. I'm telling you. We need to find evidence number. That was evidence 20. We need to find evidence 21. Evidence 21. Evidence 21. I think the next evidence that comes up was Ashley reached out to her. I think this is evidence 21 right here. Because remember, all this stuff is happening. And Ashley reached out to her and says, "Hey, so I've heard your mother out of your mother put out another video. So this is the first one. I wanted to meet with you, honestly, just to put this all to bed and to hear you out as well. Because at this, he says, if you'd like, and to actually show that the overall goal for us has always been protecting the innocent parties involved." I understand that Ashley's trying to say we're here to protect the children, but they were also protecting themselves. Let's be real. Keeping this quiet was just not for the protection of the children. It was also for the protection of themselves. And what ended up happening was, instead of going with the part that it actually protected the children, what Bri and Bri's mother did was say, I'm willing to expose Ashley and Tyler at the expense of the children. Because if they really wanted to protect the children, Bri and her mother would have never exposed this on social media. They would have never exposed it. But Bri and the mother were so upset at the egregiousness of what Tyler did, they were willing to expose Ashley and Tyler at the expense of the children. I hope people see that. But anyway, truly that includes what we decided to share or not share while filming to avoid the very thing that has happening now. My heart and my intentions are always in the right place. I wish you knew me in real life to know that. But now I have to say I'm a little bit uneasy with meeting up with you just because it's gotten to be so messy. So now she says, it's so messy, I don't even know if I want to meet with you. So Bri says, hey, I honestly don't know what you know. So Bri is saying, the reason why I'm exposing this is because I'm thinking you're with Tyler because you don't know the truth. Bri is saying, I don't even know who I'm dealing with. Bri didn't know who she was dealing with and that Ashley was down for this, but Ashley knew who she was dealing with, right? So she says, hey, I honestly don't even know what you know. So really what she's doing is she's trying to tell Ashley the truth so that what? So Ashley will break up with Tyler. That's what she's doing. I want Ashley to know the truth so she'll break up. I thought this was about protecting the children. Now this has come about, I need to let Ashley know so Ashley will break up with Tyler. And what she don't know is Ashley already knows. So she says, and what you don't know. But the fact that my mom is pissed off is all warranted. That's fine. I agree with you. In my opinion, I can't pretend that I am not also very hurt and angry. You are. But everything that I have has transpired publicly. My whole world has been turned upside down. Yeah, because she's been outed as a fake lesbian. She's been outed at this whole scheme. She has completely been outed. So her world is upside down because of this. And as much as I try to refrain from telling my mom constant things, because telling my mom certain things, because we are very much different in how we respond to things, because her mom is out with her aggression or whatever. Her mom is upfront about it. I actually respect her mom a little bit more, but Bri is passive aggressive. See, her mom puts it out there. I'm doing this for this. I like a person who does that. Just be who you are. But what Bri is she's passive aggressive. She tries to pretend she's one person, but she's not that person. Talk about, we're very different. You're not that much different. You just fight differently. You're not that much different. And then she says, but she sees the pain this has caused. I do question your intention. I do not question your intention at all. I do not hold anything against you. All you can do is go off of what you have been told. See, she keeps thinking Ashley don't know. Ashley knows. She can't fathom that Ashley knows and still ain't on her side. She can't get it, just like a lot of y'all didn't get it. And just like everyone else, I want to believe what Tyler says so bad, because all I want is for this to be over. No, you don't, because it can be over now and you still on social media. You still doing YouTube videos. But it's tough. It truly is. I understand being uneasy. This has been messy since the beginning, though. And if I'm being completely honest, it's nobody's fault but Tyler's. Girl! It ain't all just Tyler's fault. It's not all just Tyler's fault. Tyler, it is a lot of Tyler's fault, but a part of this is your fault too, Bri. And until she sees that, oh my goodness. Tyler, she says, nobody's fault but Tyler's. I still wish you all the absolute best, and I hope it all ends soon. Well, if you hope it ends soon, why are you still doing videos? Why are you still doing videos? That's evidence number 21. Evidence number 21. But I got to go back to some other evidence, because in another evidence, I think it might be evidence number 22. Oh, right here. I'm going to call this evidence number 22. Evidence number 22. When they talk about meeting up, Bri says, when Ashley first said she wanted to meet with her and talk to her, Bri said, hi, that's fine with me. Are you looking for clarity on Tyler and I's situation? Because what she's saying is, I know you don't know the truth, Ashley. So are you looking for the truth? Because I know, because at this point she thinks that Tyler hasn't told Ashley the whole truth. And this is where Ashley tells her who she really, this is where Ashley tells Bri who Ashley really is. What she says is not necessarily clarity, because what she's saying is, I don't really care about whatever the truth is. I don't need no more clarity on the truth. Because what she's saying is, I'm going to disregard it anyway. I'm not leaving this man. So I really don't care what your truth is, Bri, because Bri is banking on, if you knew the truth, you wouldn't be with Tyler. And what Ashley is saying is, not necessarily clarity, though I welcome your perspective side of it all. She says, I'm a girl's girl, and I don't want to say what your truth is. What Ashley is saying to this woman in this moment is, I know women, and I know what you're going to tell me your truth is, but what I already know about you, because I've heard the stories and I've seen the texts, is that you are in love with Tyler. And that I know you're not going to admit that you're in love with Tyler, so I'm willing to hear your story. But in my head, that's what Ashley said, I already know you're in love with them. So everything that I hear coming out of your mouth is going to come out of me knowing you're in love with them. So she says, but I just think it's due time for you and I to have a chat. Given that I'm being hounded via social media about everything, Ashley is making it clear that she don't really care about Tyler and these 3 kids. She don't care that Tyler lied to her or had 3 kids. Ashley said, I'm moving on. I am moving on. But all I want right now is for this social media stuff to stop. And if you want to do that, we can. Ashley ain't asking about them kids. She ain't trying to work out no co-parenting agreement. None of that. Ashley ain't doing none of that. And now this is what's really throwing Bri off, because Bri was thinking that she was going to have an ally in Ashley, and she don't have one. And this is when Ashley says, I completely understand. All this is whooping my ass mentally. I'm down to talk to you though. Cool. When would be a good time? Are we doing this on the phone? And then that's when afterwards, I should have had this evidence earlier, because after that conversation is when Ashley comes back and tells her, hey, I heard your mama was doing this other stuff, right? So at first Ashley was going to meet with her, but once that mama got involved and started doing what she was doing, Ashley called it off. Now, I want to now go to evidence number 23. Evidence number 23. And this becomes Bride. Remember, why am I here today? I'm here to show you that I don't understand. Well, I understand now why Bride is going above and beyond with this. Because she's really already proven her case. She proved the case that Tyler is manipulative. He's a liar. He's abandoning the kids. She's proved that all a long time ago. And now what she went on to prove was to prove the fact that, and continue to keep trying to cover up, that she was in love with Tyler. And now she's so intent on putting everybody on blast. If this was about the kids, I don't get why Bri is still putting out all this business. Because now she's bringing out text messages from Tyler's mother. So now we got text messages now in April. And the mother says, oh my God, look at them. So obviously Bri sent pictures to the mother. The mother's responding to something Bri did. She said, oh my God, look at them. Just brought tears to my eyes. I'm so sorry and will do everything in my power to get Tyler and all of us reconnected. Please be safe and we'll talk soon. So Bri reached out to the mother in June. Is this June? Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Hold on a second. This is from June 2022. So this is telling me in June 2022, this is Bri one more time. This is back before this whole Love is Blind thing. This is Bri back in 2022, once again, trying to rope Tyler back to the fold. So this must have been one of them times when I'm so sorry and will do everything in my power to get Tyler and all of us reconnected. This is in 2022. I missed this the first time that I saw this evidence. So this is when Tyler's been dipping and diving. And this is Bri trying to rope Tyler back in. And the mother's saying, I'm going to reconnect. So this is another time when Tyler became disconnected. And she says, I appreciate you. That's what Bri says. Then she says, good morning. Once again, she reaches out again. And wait a minute. What are these dates? These dates aren't lining up, you guys. One says June 2022. And the next thing you says, oh yeah, then it's December. So in June 22, she sends the mother this message. They have a conversation. Then in December 2022, she reaches out to the mother and he says, good morning. I just wanted to let you know that Kai won't stop talking about his Gigi. See, do you see all this manipulation, y'all, going on with the kids? This is back in 2022. The whole family has really stopped engaging with Bri and the kids. And now she's trying to rope the grandma back in. Thanks for making sure he enjoyed his Christmas. So what the mother must have done is sent some gifts. I just told Tyler I miss him already. Maybe this is when they spent that Christmas together. I don't know. I just told Tyler I miss him already. I told him when he comes back, we have so much to do, hoping to come that way in a few weeks, and we can meet up with the girls. Miss Pat, Tyler's grandma. So the fact that she had to clarify who Miss Pat is tells me that she doesn't think that Bri even knows who Tyler's grandma is. So because she tells it, Miss Pat, who is Tyler's grandma, turns 80 this year and wants a party. And she keeps on saying she can't leave from here. I guess me leaving this world without those babies knowing she's their Mimi, which is her grandma. So now we get proof that the girls or the kids all together in 2022 do not know that Tyler is the father. This is proof in 2022. She says it. She can't leave here without them knowing that she's their Mimi. So happy you guys are working things out for the babies. Thank you. This is in June. This tells you that a lot of what Tyler was saying, that the kids may not know who he is, was true. Because in 2022, the mother even admits it. That's in 2023. What's evidence number 24? Evidence number 24 is this text message. What are these dates? Okay, so these were in May. So these were before the December dates. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you the same. Thank you. He is growing so fast. We have to make this right for the babies when you come back. Let's all go to dinner and talk. So there is a rift within the family and these kids back from 2022. Even before Tyler goes on Love is Blind, there is a disconnect. They're not communicating. They're not in each other's lives. I've been talking to Tyler, and he has to make this right again. The mother is saying that she acknowledges that Tyler is in and out these children's lives already. They're growing up too fast, and he knows the pain of his dad not being there. Be safe when you get back. So this points to what Tyler was saying, is that he was distancing himself from these kids and abandoning these kids a long time ago. Bri wanted us to believe that he only abandoned the kids when he got on the show, and that's not true. It's not true. He was doing it a long time ago. She says, yeah, for sure. I truly pray Tyler figures everything out and is a part of their lives again. This is Bryce saying this. They deserve it. Always down to chat. Thanks for reaching out and thanks for the well wishes. What Tyler is doing is nothing new. It's nothing new. He didn't just go on Love is Blind and start denying these kids. He was denying these kids from the very beginning. So it makes you understand. I'm not saying it's right. It makes you understand how he has always thought of these children as one in which he can dip and dive. Always thought of this is now. Where's this? I have these kind of in out of order. I probably should have put them in order, but here's an evidence number 26. But if you notice, an evidence number 26. This was in May again. May of 2022. Oh no, this is 23 now. Evidence. Oh, this is evidence number, what is this? Evidence number what? 25. Evidence number 2. Now we in 20. See, she's showing all this stuff. Why is she showing this stuff? Haha, yeah, keep talking about what petting some animals wish you. Haha, it's adorable. Warms my heart to see them with Tyler, but especially Kai. Right? So this is Bright Time. Warms my heart to see them with Tyler. Hey, yeah, keeps talking about petting some animals with you. He missed him. Tyler told me about, so this is when I think they finally they reconnect again. Remember 2022, they were disconnected. Now in 2023, he comes back again into the children's life. This is what I believe. 2022, they were disconnected. 2023, prior to going to Love is Blind, he reconnects with the children. He missed him. Tyler told me about the party. Definitely got to get y'all around the twins so they can be comfortable. So here, once again, the family doesn't really know the twins. Those girls are attached. Haha. But they're coming around to Tyler already, so I'm sure it won't take long. So what she's saying is the girls don't know Tyler, but they're starting to come around a little bit more. The twins are attached probably to each other, but they're coming around to Tyler already. Tyler didn't have much to do with those kids. And this is in 2023 she's writing this. This is right before they start filming Love is Blind. LOL, I did yell him and take him to the petting farm that's close. I did tell him I'd take him to the petting farm that's close. So the kids must have spent time with Tyler and the grandma, and the grandma said, I'll take him to the petting farm. Ha ha ha. Well, he's excited. Happy Mother's Day. Now we're in May. Thank you for being such a loving and awesome mom. That's what the grandma tells Bri. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you too. Thank you. That's evidence number 25. This is showing that Tyler has been in and out of this thing. Now we're on to evidence number 26. Evidence number 26. Now the date on this, when is date on evidence 26? Evidence number 26. I was really hoping I was wrong this entire time, that maybe you were just too busy to reach out about the kids. Oh, this goes back to maybe the original, but not reaching out on their birthday just confirms to me that you are okay with Tyler's decision to just randomly cut off the kids yet again. Oh, this is a text message to the grandma. So now what Bri is doing is she yelling at the grandma and Tyler's family. I was really hoping I was wrong this entire time and that maybe you were just too busy to reach out about the kids, but not reaching out on their birthday just confirms to me that you are okay with Tyler's decision to just randomly cut off all the kids yet again. It is also clear that you two have decided to no longer be a part of their lives. I think it is entirely unfair to these kids and frankly just morally wrong. I will never understand what me or your kids did to deserve any of this, but I pray it's worth it to you and Tyler in the end. I'm going to remove you from all social media because the constant reminder of all this is truly heartbreaking. I'm constantly lying to my kids, telling them their dad's phone is broken just to spare them the heartbreak of the truth. To come to the realization that you too have cut off my babies all from absolutely no reason, and that you condone your son's self-victimization truly blows my hand. Bree is a master manipulator. First of all, Bri, these kids don't even know, the daughters, they didn't even know that Tyler was the father. So Bri is really conflating all this. I mean, she mixes truth with lies, and she frames these things. Your son's self-victimization. You also are not the victim. You laid down with this man and got pregnant with this man under false pretenses. This is crazy. Regardless, I wish you all the best, and I pray the kids forgive you one day when they are able to understand and see the truth. I hope nothing I said comes off disrespectful, because I truly mean no disrespect to you. Yeah, you do. That's what I'm saying. Bri is passive aggressive. You know, that ex-wife of hers said that she was something else. That ex-wife said some really things about Bri's behavior, being violent. But anyway, I truly mean no. I honestly just in awe of, disappointed and sad for my kids. Bri keeps talking about this is about the kids. The reason why I'm here is to prove that this is just not about these kids. That's the only point I'm here for. Okay, so here's the next one. I'm going to call this evidence number 27. Evidence number 27. Bri, it's not what it appears to be. This is the mama writing back with me. This is all very heartbreaking to me, and I pray every day that you and Tyler find a resolution sooner than later. I feel it is equally on both of you. Thank you, mama. That's what I'm saying. And that all you need to put your differences aside. It's about the kids. Please don't ever think that I don't hurt from this. It bothers me daily. I'm sure it does as a grandmother. But that is her son, and at some point in time, she can't tell her son what to do. I know Bri wants the mother to control Tyler, but she can't. These kids, the girls especially, don't even know us. There you go. The kids, the girls especially, don't even know us. And I'm not pointing fingers or blame, but I do know that it's not fair to them. And it breaks my heart to even think how they and Kai are feeling. I will be a part of any resolution. If you want to talk, call me. Stop doing all this texting and put my text out in here. We can all come together. If I have to be the middleman between you, I will try. I'll do so. Please let me know. This is a bad situation that you all are in, and we need to fix it ASAP. I've always loved you and the kids. Let me know if you want to talk. Thank you for reaching out. And I do apologize. I have just been praying that you will all come to understanding. This mama can't control Tyler. What Bree is trying to do is what I've always told you is she's tried to control Tyler from the very beginning. That's why I've called her the master manipulator, because she tried to control Tyler when she got pregnant in the first place. And she told that wife of hers that we don't need a real sperm donor. We can use Tyler's sperm. Bri has used so many methods to try to control Tyler. From the very first time of this whole scheme to get pregnant with Tyler's baby and not use a real sperm donor, from the time that she got rid of her own wife to keep Tyler around, from the time that she was at these orgies watching Tyler with other women, from the time that she sat around and kept information also from Tyler's fiance. Like I said, Tyler and Bri are both manipulators and liars. They're both. And so at this point in juncture where we're trying to say that Tyler is any more manipulated than Bri, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. After all of her manipulation of Tyler didn't work, she tried to use it on Ashley, but she bet wrong on Ashley. She thought Ashley would be a girl that cared. Ashley saw through her because Ashley's used to dealing with women like Bri because she dated a lot of athletes. And there were probably a lot of manipulator women around athletes. So Ashley was like, I know what's going on. I peeped the game. Bri then comes to these texts, tries to manipulate the mom, and the mom is saying, listen, I can't control Tyler either. Everyone is saying the same thing. Bri, you and Tyler got into this mess. And now what you want is you want everybody else to get you out of it. You want Ashley to get you guys out of it. You want me to get you out of it. You want everyone to get out of it. And then what you want to do, Bri, is say that all the heartache, all the pain that your kids are suffering, which they probably are and they probably will, is because of Tyler. And now it's because of Ashley. And now it's because of Tyler's mom too. No, girl. No, girl. You carry equal blame. There is enough to go around for everyone. So I don't want no one dropping down in my comments saying I'm too hard on Bri. No, I'm not. I'm not too hard on her. She carries equal blame with Tyler. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but she does. She doesn't deserve a pass, just like y'all don't want to give Ashley a pass. She does not deserve a pass. In the end, the victims are the children. But too often this conversation has veered away towards the victim to be about Tyler and Bri. And Bri wanted to be the victim of everybody. At this point, people are not even calling Ashley a victim. Ashley was an original victim. She wasn't an original victim. Now, from there on out, she said, you know what? I understand what happened. I'm going to go with it. So, hey, that's fine with her. But this idea that Bri holds no responsibility is wrong. It's wrong. And I really don't know why people don't want to. I don't know why people are still giving her a mic on TV as if she's a complete victim. This needs to be turned into a movie. Like that show, Why the F Did I Get Married? That woman turned that whole thing. I believe it's going to be a movie. I need to see a movie with this thing between Ashley, Tyler, and Bri. Because we got a lesbian that's really bisexual that had a baby with a man that she told the man she was a lesbian, but she was really in love with him. And then we have an ex-wife who said, I thought I married a lesbian, but I really married a bisexual. A mama who's hoping for the lesbian to be straight and was willing to foster this relationship with Tyler. Tyler saying, no, I really was only having a baby with a lesbian because I wanted a son. But then all of a sudden they had another baby. And now he says, I want a real family. They go over to a new family, have matching pajamas, matching Christmas ornaments. This is a hot mess, y'all. This is funny. This is funny. Not funny for the kids, but these are adults, so they need to be responsible for all their decisions, and that includes Bri. I know this was a long video. I hope y'all stuck with me, and I'm sure y'all got lots of things to say, lots of disagreements, and I'll read the ones I can. I probably won't be able to read them all. It's probably going to be so many disagreements down in the comment, I'm not even going to be able to read them all. But I'm going to try. Anyway, that's it, y'all. I got to go. Okay, talk to y'all later. Bye.